Congratulations, Harpany. One of the best offloaders in the competition. We didn't have to wait long to see one. And Whitehead to halfway. Levi, one of the few off-season recruits for Canberra.
He's making some ground.
Yeah, it's fun.
So solid first set from Canberra. And an attacking kick at the end from Fogarty. 30 metres out from the Tigers line. A kick to no man's land. They get a friendly bounce. And the Tigers back with the ball. And big kick for Marvel.
That's a flop.
Shane, as you can imagine, incredibly excited about the personnel they have signed. How high can their expectations be this early?
I think they're an outstanding chance this year, and we saw last night in the game, the World Club Challenge, that Penrith missing out on Morrison. He's going to be an enormous player for this club.
Yeah, Mitch Kenny
touches the ball more than anyone, and his experience. He's been to grand final.
Yeah, I think they've undersold
in this team with a lot of young forwards. I think
the difference that Abbey will make Penrith.
100%.
Simpkin working dummy half duties again. He's an early error.
All right.
Dewey. So Tigers first set.
So they haven't caught the whistle. Realised the game started.
Umbrellas in the house. Ready to take on Canterbury a little later this afternoon. You'll see it exclusively live on Fox League.
Yeah, the soft taco.
And Cronulla with the stars back as well. Nico Hines,
How was your
We're multitasking. We're eating lunch and commentating.
Oh,
so we got to watch what we say in terms of swearing and stuff now.
Well, you do. You're the potty mouth on the podcast.
I am. You've got to get yourself into the game, get 5 or 6 sets completed, and build some pressure. Not first set, turn the football on.
Nice bit of stepping there from Jamal Fogarty. This is early pressure on the West Tigers. 25 metres away from the line. Canberra, they
Must be hot. They got towels on their heads.
Of course, Tom Starling to come off the bench. Very experienced in first grade. So that's their rotation at a dummy half. Bubbly and Fogarty, and now Whitehead. Simpkin on his back.
There's no Adam Elliott for them this year either.
There as well in the starting side, wearing number 14 for the Tigers.
Inside.
Bouncing off the front line of the defence. So he's given the knee a workout in the opening minutes. Hudson Young this time. Last tackle it is for Canberra. Whiten's on the left side of the ruck. Fogarty is right. They come back to their halfback.
How was that played at?
He stuck his leg out.
Straight into the arms of
Was that
the
Waken?
kicker.
I think it was
And they remit. They go
far
again.
over that side.
Nah, a couple of these on this
Trap and scrap. Yes, your old trap and scrap. You've got to vote
Trap and scrap. It's a silly approach. It ruins the fullback's opportunity to read the play. So it just becomes an absolute lottery. Provide pressure, but don't interfere with the kick.
His last game of last year was the heartbreaking World Cup loss, England to Samoa. Now Tarpany on the deck.
Well done. Good desperation. Who was that?
Hollow.
Follow. Well done, son.
He couldn't get out of a job.
Let's see if we can actually play some sensible footy. Let's see. There we go. That penalty helped. Right. Game started, gents. 4 minutes in. They might actually wake up.
Hey, put too much pressure on Hurley.
He charged into the middle part of the field.
What did I say?
Unfortunately,
Marlowe's
went to
name.
ground, and West Tigers were first onto it. They defended their line really well then. A couple of sets on their
We got a pretty handy back off the bench.
Now they're in a good field position. They need some time
so
on
far.
football.
Pod is not known as we hate Alex Seyfarth, just so you're
Favourite with
aware.
the Canterbury fans.
Something as we said earlier today.
Many a training session here at
He's a very good footballer
He's just
when he's not playing NRL.
Newcastle now with Tiger. I don't think I've ever
Back.
seen him slimmer.
Go.
And Clemmer, I'm not saying it was ever
Push up with him.
overweight. As now Dewey on the run of the right
Yeah, I'd
side.
like to see that. Well, hell. Oh, it's
Excellent.
excellent.
And Rapida has come up with a ball steal for the Raiders, and poor old Adam Dewey's made a very indifferent start to the game.
So,
He goes the way of Canberra.
the whistles in the 2 trial games of ours have been, the peas have been blown out of it. Belinda Sharp last week, Cummins.
And that's where West Tigers in
2 penalties in the first 5 minutes.
Don't they?
Like, are they trying to establish something?
Refs seem to do this at the trials anyway.
That's what I'm
We're-
saying.
Yeah, we're not here to.
Remember who's in charge.
Yeah.
And then an error on tackle 3. Got to apply some pressure to the opposition. Fatigue them defensively and get some good field position.
T's going to set him for us something. looks like from that angle. Kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Just with the stands and things.
Somewhat semi-suburban ground.
Closed trial
Called Belmore.
this game. Newtown and
Like
Canberra
us suburban grounds, even though they're in the biggest city in the country.
Yeah, well,
Take it.
well done.
Great defence on Hudson Young, who, it must be said, did well to keep the ball alive and find a teammate.
That was Talia that put that shot.
But it was the player who got there, and now
There we are.
with a
That's-
drop ball.
Alright, so both teams are a bit sloppy. That's alright, it's good to be expected.
The Raiders.
Did he say his last name? Elmore
Emre Gula.
Emre Gula, that's it. That's twice now. He didn't make that run for the loose ball. The Polo got over, then he dropped that.
It's pretty hot down there, isn't it?
Right on
I
halfway.
think it's like high 30s.
And their stars not here, so Brooks and
it's-
Coruscant
Not Queensland.
not playing today.
So interesting note with Asu picked in second row.
Opening the side again.
Yeah, we were talking about it just before. Like, I like it. Like, you just saw that late footwork at the line.
And Clemmer and Wakeham just dropping it off there for Papali'i. They are 25 metres from the Canberra line. Their best chance now of the game. Simkin Knights set up.
Go with him.
Clemmer is there.
Let's go for it, go for it.
10 metres away. Tigers quickly.
Oh, hands.
Dewey looking to go down.
Oh.
Couldn't quite
Loves
get
a
it
Harvey
over the
Bridge
top.
pass,
Does.
just like Rapana loves it in the
Moving
set.
knock on against Rapida.
You reckon if that was, big rough and it was there, that would have been caught more?
I reckon go through the hands.
Dewey go down
Poor
that
option.
short
Like
edge.
Talea,
Tries
picks out
to get
Talea,
away
he's
from
straight
it.
in.
But
Talea's a
Rapida
good hole runner.
switched onto it, just got in the lane
He-
between
I guess
his outside winger.
he's weighing up his
Second
options
West
there,
Tigers.
Dewey,
Watson
but
for try line
everyone
first.
knows that he telegraphs his big pass.
Yeah. We have to see a Shane scrum play.
Yeah, I'd like to see a blindside play.
Smith Shields getting the treatment, and the Tigers are only 5 metres away from the line.
Blindside.
Train slows down to see if the Tigers can come up with a four-pointer right here, right now. City-bound travellers might be in for a treat. It's Fanua Bolle with it. Right in front of the sticks. The Tigers with
good
Clemmer
run.
ripping into them.
So to get those stats up early.
Leader at
Yeah.
training in the off-season.
Yeah, he looks fit.
Wants the lead from his front, doesn't
Impressed
he?
everyone at the West Tigers.
Is that Polo?
Yeah, that footwork.
That drive,
He's
the
going to
late
pay
drive.
off. I reckon he'll score a couple of tries with that late footwork this
Can
year.
Canberra do the same? Clemmer,
Oh,
Dewey,
that's
that's not the best of passes. It was low down.
Jelly was trying to straighten, but his men were drifting.
Easy for Whiten and Smith Shields to make the tackle. Again with Dewey, he does a poke,
Chase. Oh,
which is right at the feet
Big up.
of Sebastian Chris.
big up.
Canberra have possession.
So is Rapana not starting him?
Again,
Fullback.
the mixed bag
Must be, must be.
continues this afternoon.
And it was a really interesting set from West Tigers, in
right,
particular David Clemmer. He handled the football 3 times in that set and was actually the ball playing forward. So something that he's done in different stages of his career.
Well,
But
show us some
I don't
line
think it's his
speed.
best subject. He should just run hard and get down and get forward for his football team.
It's this tackle here that'll make the difference.
And the Raiders working through the set.
on 38
He's
out.
coming off the wing for a run.
And that's a poor marker miss,
Here
really, to wrap it up.
with Canterbury.
Not being worst
There's
result.
been a tackle buster with Gottfried. Last play Raiders.
Good thing you heard him
Credit to
say
the ref,
Playing
yeah.
the ball and Whiten is the kicker this time. YG, he's got something on this. No one's going to go anywhere near it. And it's bounced freely. Then the backpack. Naden's in
Hey,
up
good
the
on him.
ball.
Is that? Oh, so it's Tupou.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Chuckle a
Tupou.
little there.
Gee, he looks big.
But that was a mighty strike from Jack White.
Look at the size of him. Doesn't he look big?
He does actually.
More like
Ball
tall,
was
like he's
kicked.
running
Hayden
high.
sprinted back
I
to
really
his
hope
left
Naden's not
corner,
there to put
and
Naden
he's
on
lucky
the
that he
team
did
right
because the ball came to
Oh,
him.
we s-
I doubt it.
And if he
Because we
wasn't
saw
there,
what
it
Naden
would
did
have been
in
points for the
All-Stars.
Canberra Raiders.
Yeah, no, they're
Really
gonna-
good effort off the
Yeah, you
football
can see
team.
it's moving. Yeah,
No, they'll replace a winger with winger. I'd say Ken would just be precautionary, you'd say.
Now, in the number 4. And right
Oh,
side
high.
rush. Hooking Asu Kapoa.
So Kapoa's-
His concern straight away
He was
from
out on the
Raiders.
wing in that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're just floating around a few.
Relationship shown there by Jordan Rapida.
This make a bit more sense. Well, you got.
Rush to the right side.
I think he was just might have just been there.
That should
By
be set for a
coincidence.
Yeah, nice
that should be
little
set
short
for a
side
head
raid. Kids'
assessment.
balls just behind. He couldn't run onto that.
Head contact, but he brushed over his throat.
I think he couldn't get past his wing. He had to come back inside, and that's when he just got hit a little bit high.
That would be a great touch finder.
So it's allowed. It's trained very hard for the Tigers. It's a tough thing, isn't it? A knee injury in the last round of the previous season, 2021. Wiped out all of last year for the young fella.
I
But
know.
Talk about Toledo.
No, they're talking about Harley Smith shit too.
be back with a bang this year. Let's hope so.
Because yeah,
He was early last year. Go.
well, Talau
Thought there was a gap there.
was
He
last
wasn't
year,
really
so-
in much of a chance.
Good on your ref, so you gave them a chance to set their line. Well done.
Show to the right, Dewey. Kept going
Stay in.
along for Talau.
Go. Good play the ball.
Another chance for the Tigers, and Dewey change
Go.
of plans to go back to the
that's a
break
shot.
It was a good set play, but there was no one with Simpkin. He was by himself.
of Harley Smith Shields right
They're offside
there.
there.
Hurt a little. Tigers again. He's getting a lot of touches, Big Glenn. 10 metres away last tackle. Laurie from dummy half. Kicking for himself.
Oh, offside. Did that not come off?
I don't
Did
think you can say he played at it.
But it touched the Canberra player,
He's had a good off-season.
so it should be accidental offside, shouldn't it?
As I said earlier,
No,
the way
did
David
touch the
Cameron's
camera.
playing the game.
Yeah, it reflected off his leg into his pad.
Moving forward in the middle
I
part
thought
of
you
the
were
field.
I don't know.
Clearly been given a bit of a license to see if they see something.
Yeah, they would go for it. Yeah, keeps it unpredictable.
Which, when you've got bigger threats of Coruscant and Brooks back in the team, it becomes a bit more likely.
It's going to be
think.
followed by the clash of Canterbury and Cronulla. Here on Fox League on this Sunday afternoon. Right into long,
Oh, it's
Hudson Young pass to no one.
I think you can already see at this early stage this will not be a team
Landed.
that's left to
Back
die
pressure.
wondering,
No.
Rushes the kick.
which could get ugly.
Conventional flight this time. Junior Tupou on the
Yeah,
end
look
of
at
it. The
him,
first
exciting.
time we saw him last
Oh,
year
good
was
hit.
And
Magic
who was that
Round.
that hit him? That was Elliot Whitehead that hit him. He can put a shot on.
Shot there from Whitehead.
Take it back instead.
Tigers
Whoever that
were first
replacement
grade last year, but they still very much
came in
rookie
over the top,
class.
had a bit of a swinging arm, he just didn't collect.
They were just the 4 matches.
Oh, who was that? That's allowed.
I was watching the replay.
Decent defence there from Canberra.
He was never square.
Clever.
Come on, ref, get on it.
Offload. Simpkin.
Follow up, Simpkin. You got to go with him. Push up. Wade comes to see Laurie should be
Yeah, I
there.
was about to say, where was Laurie?
That's one of the biggest criticisms about Laurie, not having that follow up through the middle. Here we go, straight, someone straight. Go with him. Oh, they got opportunities there.
Yeah, 100%.
Just ran into a Raiders defender, switch of play on the last, and then luckily he's put it onto the train tracks.
So they've got set plays.
The cement boot on that.
They've got some Tim Shane set plays this
It
year.
looked like they're going to
Alright.
the open to kick, and they came back to this short
I hope
side.
they don't get too stuck in
And they're
these
hoping
to
that
try to be too
get
tricky.
quick hands away to
this
his
year,
wing.
as in,
Like do whatever you
Canberra Raiders
fucking
defender
say.
really
absolutely,
well
yeah.
man.
Or
He's
don't
kicked it
feel
over
as
the
though if it's not on, I've got to do it anyway.
Let's go down to the sideline.
That's where the
Watching
decision making
in
will
the
be.
sun here at Belmore. Darcy McDonald this afternoon. How warm?
Good afternoon, Bossy and Shane. Well, where else would you rather be than Belmore Sports Ground for a double header?
I can
Close to
tell you,
10,000
like up.
fans are expected here today, and it is warm, 27 degrees.
Oh,
I
so-
hope the fans have packed their
well, that's
hats.
not
I
too
wish
bad
I
for what
had
they
one.
predicted.
I can
27.
confirm there will be a
That's-
drinks break at the 20-minute and 60-minute mark.
Levi.
Cool, but gosh, yeah, it's nothing like the juniors were playing yesterday. I think they actually moved some of the games in the
I
junior
think they moved him earlier.
pathways,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Back for the Raiders.
It gets dangerous, like up in even like 30, early 30s, mid 30s especially.
Oh, good read.
Yeah, well done.
Good read.
Noffa, good work. Good commitment there, Noff.
Stung a little too on Smith Shields' kick with a ricochet. Not trapped.
That's why Ricochet's a problem.
And then a bat over the dead ball line. Ball bouncing everywhere, and we'll have a line drop out.
That would have just been like Canberra, but to score their first try or something arsey like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few boys with hands on hips at the moment. The heat's starting to get them as we approach that 20-minute mark.
like I said, that's exactly why ricochets are dangerous.
Both sides defensively, especially on that right hand side there.
That's why I hate Travis
They
Gray.
come in and make the tackle. And
I think that was
fantastic
accidental, but-
contact. I think it rattled both of them actually. Short drop out.
And it's got the distance.
Get it.
That is a
Go, Junior.
high restart.
Oh, he
got
had it
there
too.
Bugger. Just needed to catch it.
Yeah.
Got it batted back.
The sideline.
No, I think he tried to catch it, went through his hands.
So the Tigers always getting away. That was perfect range from
Ken Lee.
Dewey.
Can Lee, yeah, Can Lee. I think he's tried to catch it. Yeah, he tried to catch it. I think he also mistimed that slightly. He was a little bit too high.
Sailed over his head a bit.
Yeah,
Canberra now
it's just going to be a big test.
turns and having shots at each other's goal line here. Levi
Forward.
and Fagula. There's away for Whiten on the left side.
Very flat.
Tapine with the ball, can't turn and pass. Tapine was
Paying
close
attention to
by.
that offload is super important.
So far, so good. The Tigers' goal line defence.
Well,
This time,
Knockers on us.
Fogarty, Whitehead delivers short and flat to
Take him out.
Tico.
Well done.
That's it,
Good
boys.
defence. Good defence.
That's it, boys. And get around him. Get around him.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Getting around, pats on backs. Sauce Junior too, but he's bigger than Nate. So holding him up there was the difference. When he got that ball and all tackle on Kotrick, and then it was it.
But look how many people are coming across.
Simpkins in everything in the middle.
Like you said, his team doesn't look like early signs, but don't look like they're going to dive under.
Got troops into that tackle and put him over the sideline.
5, in fact, in the tackle on Kotrick there.
The attitude seems to be there at least. As it should, but
There's another
you know, we've had
attack on their line.
about that many years where that's been the thing that
Get the
we've
job done.
seen. I swear that was high
Ball could be
until
outside
our
at this point.
Hudson Young. He can hit.
Drive.
Taking the ball back over the 30-metre line.
He's a bit of a smoky for Origin, I reckon, Hudson Young.
Oh, I've said that for 2 years.
He's a goer.
He is. He's a very good player. Oh, knock back off them, but that's the knock on.
Put towels over their heads. It's that sort
Oh,
of
he dragged that towards the straw.
I think Darcy was
100%.
conservative with the 27 personally. I think sideline school says you got to wait 5. 32.
And Coach Tim Stearns, they've worked really hard in their attack in the off-season. We all know that. But he'll be really disappointed about their set completions. They haven't got the kicks twice. Oh, that's the 3rd time now. They need to get to their kick, make Canberra big forwards, go back and start their sets.
Fogarty, time short to Gula. Canberra inside the Tigers 20. No points. Tarpany and Whiten. Now Fogarty on the
Yeah,
outside
well
of
done.
Whiten.
Well done.
Good commitment. Like everything's being done with purpose at the moment.
I love that.
Good kick pressure from Clemmer. How often have we said in the past no pressure?
Oh, it's touched off Nate.
Can't have been.
Oh,
Well done, Dano in the slips.
third slip.
Kick pressure, something simple as kick pressure. Well done, Clem. And it was a shake. The second effort's in Canberra's tackling. Thank you. Nostradamus over it.
I know, you've done it 3 times now.
For the Tigers, both teams with a bit to work on so far.
Yeah,
You
that's
do
for
have a
sure.
bit more of a
On a day
technically
like
mind
today,
when it comes
early
to
in the
football. You
season,
seem to see
you
it's
need
going to
outside
happen.
men
So-
to come in,
You'll
get
notice
some
too,
quick ball,
also,
get down and get some quick play the ball.
He's very
So
vocal
coach
when
Michelle Newfield,
when a decision does
couldn't
not
get
go
a
our
good
way,
shot
and it's
on.
pretty obvious.
Can only get an arm. He swung around.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
Absolutely no idea.
He's very letter of the law.
Only completed 7 of 11 sets early. We'll be pleased by the stat. Canberra's had 14 tackles inside.
So,
the Tigers
8 from
20 so
12
far,
completions,
and, no points of result.
67%, Canberra,
It's obviously
70%
Thomas,
completion
there will
rate.
be drinks breaks
Both teams are
today,
the
so
same. They've had the better of it, tackled in the area 14
We're
times.
about to come for drinks break too.
Yeah, true. So I've only got. Oh, what a bugger.
Wakeham,
It should be, in that situation, it should be common sense. Next stoppage.
55 metres away.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The same way that they would do it in like rugby.
Second,
How they keep the clock going until the last stoppage.
and he's got the step kick.
Yeah, it's funny.
Bouncing low, oh, it's lost and
Oh, that was off them first one.
and then a knock on.
So if it's drinks break, do we get the scrum?
How was that Canberra's feet?
Right on the 20-minute
Come off
mark.
their foot?
I would have 100% thought that when he went to pick it up, he's knocked that off.
Like you Tigers would rather keep the
He
attack.
should have just dove on it.
I think he's trying to keep it alive.
Ball, and there we have it. Now, instructions go to Ben Cummins. Let's go to the drinks break.
Well, maybe that's what they
Tigers can have a think about
Next
their
topic.
next play, which will be an attacking one. Let's go down to Darcy on the side.
Oh,
West Tigers marquee recruit Apni Korosaki. Now, Apni, congratulations on the captaincy. How much does that mean to you?
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I've had a prouder moment in my life, I guess, when he rang my name out. So, yeah, it's an incredible feeling at the moment, and yeah, just hoping I can bring a lot of hope.
And what did you make of that first 20 minutes?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. You know, we had a few errors, but the way we responded by defending the line, they had a few repeat sets on us, and yeah, just the way we kept
Yeah.
getting out for one another, especially in this heat, I think it's a great sign for us.
And can you give us an update
Yeah,
on this
live.
calf injury? You're going to be right for a
first
while.
time live, guys, for our reaction stuff. So I know it's a bit of a different pod. There'll be moments where we're not talking a whole lot, but
Good to hear. All the best.
we'll work on getting sound levels and everything right. And, we'll see how we go. We'll improve it from here. But give us a bit of feedback. Let us know what you're thinking. Something a bit different.
By the Wooden Spooners. Yeah, what a signing.
Yeah, he's a massive inclusion for this West Tigers side. Just the creativity he has around the halves, and we saw last night, I think, we saw Nathan Cleary. He definitely missed him. You know, they'll get through the Penrith Panthers.
Penrith Panthers.
But I agree with everybody said in that thing. They had some poor attack, but they defended their try line really well. And last week, that wasn't the case. They let leave some points in, but today, off the back of some poor attack and some errors, they've been really
I will
strong
say that
defensively. Just
one of the main desperation there was Brandon Wade getting up
And they'll get
really
a lot of
quick.
Tim Sheets will be really happy with that part.
I said last week that he would look better in a team with better players.
Right, you did.
In the middle part of the field, 10 metres out from the Canberra side. So
I think he will be
really
he'll be
tacky.
fine
Really
as a
interesting to
replacement.
see
He's not going to
how
be
many
great, but he'll
touches
be
David
fine. I
Conrad.
think.
He's had more touches than anyone, especially in this part of the field. He's had 7.
Straight elbow got
He's
Jake
had
there.
ball playing forward, which is a bit of a different change for David Clement.
Benji with the headset on.
Tigers coached by Tim Sheens this year.
Just in the drinks break, folks, we're just about to
October.
go back in.
Wayne Bennett's already passed that mark, but I can tell you, having been out of training, Tim Sheens jumping
Working
about
the
the
back on
place. Maybe not literally, but really run it. He loves
Simon
operating
Dwyer's still in the box.
ball machine. He loves putting up the
I
ball.
just feel like
He's like
they
a kid
feel
that he's just
personally like they
takes
own
the ride. He's
669 premiership
Yeah.
games. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
plus a few over in England as well. So Campbell
So
with
what's
the ball
Canberra
10 metres
scrum?
away from their own line.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen that play over again.
And Cotric,
So I honestly thought that they put a hand on it before we did.
the sort of player that teammates would love on a day like this. Cotric taking as many runs as possible. Ball with Mariota there. And you saw last year make his debut. Just
Oh.
18 minutes in first grade. Raiders with Fogarty able to keep it alive.
That's a good play, but
Then on the outside for Cotric. Kick back
That's funny.
inside.
Oh.
It's a throwback to the Canterbury Entertainer days. But it's with Canberra jerseys here.
They're checking. They just said they're checking possible shot.
yeah, I was just wondering where he caught the ball.
By the Raiders down the right side. But have a look
It is
around
interesting that
the
Levi's getting started with Starling, but
Yeah, well done, Danny Levi. New to the club, probably didn't know when he came down here if he'd get a start, but he gets a really good opportunity to
They're gonna have to have another look at that,
competition.
surely.
As we see the Canberra Raiders go down and Cotric, beautiful right foot kick back inside for his
Very
hooker,
fluky
who's
try.
pushed hard through that middle part of the field,
I don't know if he can hold
catches it on the full and scores a great try for the Canberra Raiders.
like I said, it's
a
just
flash
like
from
Raiders
Jack,
to score off
obviously
the fluke like
Mortimer's
that.
Muses combining there back in the great days of Canterbury.
Yeah, try
When they set this place alight. Well, the
Try
Raiders have done
confirm.
it right
I'm going to
there.
check this.
You won't
They don't
see
check it.
too many better tries, to be quite honest, than that. Yeah, the imperfect catch by the man running through. What a try.
Yeah, especially from the young hooker. As I said, he pushed hard through the middle part of the field. Anticipated the kick back inside. Beautiful kick by Cotric off his right
Yeah,
foot.
because they
going
count
at
7
speed.
tries in 112
Hits him
NRL
straight
games.
on the money
This
on the
isn't an
full.
NRL game, this is a trial.
So first points to Canberra. And now over to Fogarty.
I think this is going to be another test.
With the
First
shot.
points. How do we react?
That is a try.
Well, it's a good
from
piece of
the
foot.
top shelf. Footy in the
You know,
suburbs.
it took a fair bit to.
Get through us.
Yeah.
Oh, he's shanked it.
Shot from ground level.
That's a guy who doesn't shank it either.
Oh, Jamal.
Canberra.
I might have to go
Played
wardrobe
shoot
change.
stations today, but that wasn't
Well, I've got mine synced in.
And looked like Danny Levi's NRL career could have been over when he headed to the Super League last year, but
Anyone
now there's
that
a real
says
chance of
right
starting for the
there
Raiders in round one.
decides to
Levi
underestimate
made an
that.
immediate impression on Ricky when he arrived
To a
in
degree.
Canberra, and with plays
To a
like
degree.
that, you can see
Change-
why he's in a
change the
three-player
top. Just the
shootout
top.
for the number 9 jersey with Zach Wolford and Tom
I'll probably
Starling.
put mine on in
And
the
we know
second
Ricky
half,
likes
please.
to play 2 hookers in his 17, and just going off his trial period, Levi is almost a certainty for one of those spots.
This time at Huddersfield over there in the Super League. So played at the World Cup with Samoa, although not part of the team that played in the final. So Raiders back with it. Pasami Sola.
Ah,
Your best
safe
mate's
pass.
out.
On the Knights on the run
So
back
he's
there.
on for,
And this
looks
time
like,
Gradiota. So 4-0.
There's a
looks like Clemmer.
As I say, we're not
I believe.
playing for
Or is he
keeps.
playing in the middle?
Missed by
Playing in the
Fergie.
middle.
It wasn't.
Right, so already line speed Nicholas is
Such a
gone.
miss.
That's probably got to
Lighting with
do
it.
with Seafath coming on.
Last it out before round one, how much game time do you give the biggest stars today?
I don't believe
Well,
it's
talking to Ricky Stewart before the game, he wanted his big boys to play, obviously
so
20 minutes
it's
his front
Steph.
rowers,
He's on for Steph.
25 minutes if he can
And
push
Tolly's
him
on
out,
for,
and then give him another stint in the
Collins
second
inside.
half.
No,
Red.
Clemmer's still out
And on
there.
a day like this, it might
Yeah,
change
it's on
his
that
plans a
collar.
little bit, but he definitely would like to get him as much football as they
We
can.
haven't really had a lot of
Again.
we haven't really had a lot of traditional.
He's in goal and losing his balance, but did well. All the
Well
same,
done.
Dane Laurie,
That is
and
Clemmer.
they will rush
Yeah.
So, something as simple as a little bit of kick pressure has led to 2 missed kicks. How are they onside?
Back
needs to get that out.
Charlie Staines is in the mix.
So far
Dane
back,
Laurie's done a
not
lot
so
of
far back, so far sideways to go
in the
back.
halves, actually.
So what are the over-unders on
There's a young
Seafath
fella
having?
called Jareen Buller
3 or
who's
more penalties
a
or
little
errors?
later in 25.
Oh, Jesus.
Believes he is an absolute
$1.09.
wild card for this Tigers side. Could be anything, and is a fullback. We saw glimpses of him against the Warriors last week. We'll get a chance to see him in action again today.
Second effort. Come on.
Tigers with
Come on, Benjamin Cummins.
and able to roam there for a
I feel
good
like
10
you've got to push up
minutes.
with Jake in that situation.
Oh, it's
For
full.
efforts so
Dane.
far, there's one to see some points on the ball.
Go with.
Taking on the line as he can do. Last tackle, Tigers 15
Got away
out from
with
the
one
line. And they go short side. What's the tactic here?
That's really poor organisation. That's really poor from Brandon Wakeham because Asu Kapola should not be getting the ball on the 50
Did you see who passed it? Safer.
The number one option.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Safe
definitely
half
not.
pass over
You
number.
see Adam Dewey's, he's so dangerous when he carries the football, and on that occasion, he was playing the football.
I can't do as good a job. And who gave away the penalty?
Take control.
I can't do as good a job at indicating how much of a liability Alex Seafath is than the man himself.
Time penalty Canberra, but then
He's been on the field
the,
3 minutes.
gets him the warning to play the ball on the mark.
You realise that you said 3 errors of penalties. That's 2 now.
4-0 score.
Well, the pass from dummy half's not technically an error, but it definitely was a poor choice.
Where's that swear jar? Because this is testing me out.
We could get up as high as 10. Come the second match, which you'll watch here live on Fox League. Cronulla and Canterbury.
And he nearly missed a one-on-one tackle right in front.
The Dolphins will give a start to
Forward, sir.
all of their big
That's probably one each.
off-season signings today.
No, I've had more than one.
Rollins brothers included. Allsborough to play it now, 30 metres out from the Tigers
Who goes into
line.
hooker? Did we ever...
And Solo and Fogarty
Will's not there.
for Whitehead. He's made a very
Our
good
other
start
one.
to this
Yeah.
game. Elliot Whitehead, he's become accustomed to the
That's
warm
playing
Australian
ball
conditions. He loves
sideways.
it.
They might just be playing Jake through 80.
Now Fogarty with it. Ran straight past Kapoa, who'd come up quickly.
Oh, it was
More
gone.
defence for the Tigers inside their 20.
Workload increasing in second rows effective, I guess. Shut it down. Good job.
Oh, 100%.
So with a niner to play it. Last tackle.
Oh, man, he's letting a bit of stuff go. He's offside. He's offside. That should be a penalty. He was in front of him. Come on, Ben. That's a penalty, mate. It's not a handover.
Well, he had Sebastian Chris on his inside, and I think he was thinking that Sebastian was going to get this ball and tip on. Just took his eyes off him for a minute.
He tried to get out of the way. Clive Churchill, middle winner, Dally, middle winner. I'd like to see him catch it.
Both sides have been poor last tackle plays. Their kicking game has been poor.
That's a Darcy Jones.
That's a great stick.
Time for a breather. Oh, the
Clemmer,
Tigers
yeah,
bench, David Clemmer has had his first stint.
Oh, that's 4. Oh, forward.
He's
Man,
now
penalty.
That was Bloor, good run.
take on to get
Can you say what Bloor can do?
Tigers with
100%.
another
There's
penalty.
an article about him in the Daily Telegraph today.
I know, is that?
It was
That's
ball-
Asitasi James.
but it was
That
Ball that got the penalty.
Yeah, that was the first
When
run.
it comes to rugby league, so no matches next weekend, and then we rip in come Thursday week. It's all underway here on Fox League. Every game live and
Canberra
free
putting a
during
few
play.
whacks on.
It's a pleasure for us to get to call
Who's
out the
24?
action. Will Smith
Will
is in
Smith.
the
Will
back.
Smith.
Will Smith. There you go. Come in till out.
Oh, that's strong.
Yeah. That again is a second effort. This whole
He's holding him
flopping.
around the throat as well.
Norfoluma. Tigers
Weird
lined
thing
up
for
their left,
Cummins to not
Dewey.
have cracked down on. Cracked down on a few things, but
And go from Smith. The Tigers have got the win.
Oh, great try.
well done.
And that's what Nathan does. That in and out and the flip.
So you look there in the last couple of tackles, the strength of each of our centres was on display. The fence on them, so they won't be. Our centres won't be bullied this year or manhandled.
But this was good from Smith. Watch, accelerates there.
Held them up.
Yeah.
Wakeham straight into the right as well. See, the advantage of having Smith on there is he plays in the halves as well. So effectively, they've got Wakeham, Smith, and Dewey, all as try playmakers. So
That was good from Tupou as well.
Yeah, different.
Yeah.
Fantastic footwork, beautiful flip
Oh,
pass.
well done.
Yeah.
If we can get
5
5 or 10 of those out of Naden over the course of the season.
Well, I was listening to Westlife Wednesday, Thursday, where I was listening to it, and they said that one of them said that there's something I really agree with, that a pass mark is to, when our first grade side is on the field, to be basically on par with Canberra. Obviously, a win will be exceeds the mark, but I agree. Like, obviously, our first string is a lot better than what we have in reserve. So if we can create this sort of a performance when our main majority of our teams on the field, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't forget, guys, like, we don't have Bateman, we don't have Brooks, we don't have Appy. That's half of our starting spine, and one half of our
Don't have Joffa.
superstar second row, and then Joffa, who very likely could be our starting lock. So
I haven't seen any pictures of Joffa.
let's go.
Shank. That's not a great strike either.
Adam.
It's up into Desi's
One
office.
shank each on the kicking.
Yeah, maybe that's he just felt sorry for
I think
me.
you'll see better days.
So we are most definitely under strength today. But don't get it twisted. We've got most of our squad out there that is, probably everybody bar those 4. But those are 4 big outs, and Canberra are full strength, aren't they? But literally savage.
Last Savage.
That's it.
But that,
Yeah.
folks, that's not your centre of excellence, but that's where a lot of hard work, blood, sweat and tears took place. And Canterbury with Des in charge.
That must have been when they were ruling or screwing their salary cap.
Because that's where all the
It's funny no one ever crucifies Des Hasler for what he did to both Manly and Bulldogs salary caps. Bulldogs have been in the hole for
First half, I'll go around
years
and
because of that.
well done, Paul.
Listen, he used to come down to Bulldogs training, he'd walk in with a cameraman, and Des could spot a camera from 400 metres away and get you to leave the ground, be front
Don't
march
mind your own
out.
play at Twally, come
It was
on.
Des. The 7 a.m. press conference was another of his favourites.
Second efforts. Yeah. What Canberra are doing are deliberately trying to slow the play the ball down, and I think they're probably willing to get away with, or willing to risk a penalty or 2, because they're doing it pretty blatantly. I think we've got the potential to get some quite good play the balls going. I think that's a focus by the looks of things. Canberra have recognised it and they're trying to shut them down. Oh, contest. You got to contest those bombs. Come on, guys. You have to contest. Wave an arm, do something. You got to make it hard on the fullback.
Maybe their thought process of just catching close to the try line and keep down there.
Just played the one game.
If you go for that, there's an opportunity to come off your arm and go dead.
Season for Sebastian. Bad for Blake, who basically dropped out of the game.
Oh,
Noffa's defending 4 in from the touchline.
Also,
Hey, get away from the neck. Get off
Raiders
the neck.
15
Get off the
minutes
neck.
inside their
He's
own
doing it
half.
to
And the last
Hudson
tackle.
Young, so you're kidding, mate.
You're the one doing it to everyone
Hudson's
else.
doing it to everyone else. Kick pressure,
But I do.
Off the side of the boot.
go out.
Big right turn. Country came
Out
up
the
with
foot.
it.
Lucky.
and then put it over the side.
Another missed kick. That's 3 missed kicks. That last season, I don't think we put kick pressure on
You were
once.
ropeable almost every single
Oh,
time.
it is like an underrated game plan.
From the West Tigers,
And-
they kept them inside their 40, and they had some really good kick pressure.
But how's the bounce on that? Like,
Shane Flanagan is making money off my commentary. Just that.
Fortunately for
Oh, but
Keane,
like
they
it's
couldn't get
not
that
rocket
second
science, and we've seen on 3 instances already in the first half of football. Difference
Oh,
it can make. That is a fantastic hit.
February,
was that too? They got smacked.
Corey Harawira Naira, yeah.
They're manning up.
Hold it,
Sunday
Jones.
afternoon and get smashed
Well
like
done, good run, and the offload. Well done.
He's offloaded.
Go Dano.
But how was the support from Dana?
Pop it again.
With an offload
Yeah.
there. Former Neil. And now Wakeham. The Tigers are on a roll. Doing
Touch.
Oh, hands.
Kept alive.
Come in.
Cut out for
Well, that was
North
touched.
They missed out.
Shred him, Noffa.
To allow North
Oh, that was a hospital ball and a half.
Well, we got a penalty there.
He's in front of him, mate. Play there. That
Oh, so he's calling a
Promising for the Tigers.
offside penalty there.
And it was
What was
that
that for?
baseball on
I think
the
it's
far
going
side.
off Laurie into
Just
Noffa.
didn't need it. Nearly
He called
goes
that
through
one.
the hands. When
Huh?
he threw the
He called that one. What about the blatant one earlier?
His centre partner, Tommy Talau. And actually, it took the pressure
This
off
was
the
touch, though.
Canberra Raiders
Oh, no,
defence,
maybe it
so they
wasn't
could just
touch.
slide off and defend the winger. But some good signs from West Tigers. Some people in motion. Their attack starting to come together.
Yeah, that was a hospital ball and a half.
But equally, Canberra Raiders putting some really good contact in that part of the field. Elliot Whitehead.
They are, but you're not going to beat us.
Contact he's had.
This year, I don't think, in the forwards.
No.
Do we? Oh, we get penalty for it.
Contact with Adam Dewey's head. Jordan Rapana.
So that's the first infringement. Should be our penalty, is it?
I think so, yeah, because there was no stoppage in play.
Spilled here. That makes it tough in the heat. They won't be back, or they won't be 13 on 13 until 2.5 into the second half. And what's more, Tigers led the ball. So watch it again,
Yeah,
Dewey.
Oh, he does shoulder the head. Yeah.
So by letter of the law,
The foreign.
Shoulder the head.
That's a tough one. I just thought he was coming in to block the pass. Yes.
Well, he was.
And
He didn't
the
then.
ball you can't come in contact with the head, you know, but he's,
Okay,
it was a
cool.
tough one for him. He
He's
came in to
acknowledged
try and
yeah, like I said,
block
it's
the pass.
letter of the law. It's a
He's
tough
come
one.
in
It's letter of
contact with his
the
head.
law.
Hopefully, you guys can hear the commentary on the TV. If not, we'll adjust for second half. But sometimes we're responding to what the commentators are saying too. So,
Attitude of your side when you got to defend with 12 in this heat.
yeah, that was interesting.
Tigers
I agreed with
have
him in the end.
11 metres out. We'll also
He did.
heard how smart the Tigers' attack is. We heard games last year where they took on 12 men that weren't all that flash. They are right on the goal line now.
Oh,
And,
Twally!
trying to
Get
something
over!
started at a dummy half.
He wants it, doesn't he?
Could be a
So
bad
Canberra are
ball.
just trying to
Certainly
they're trying to
experienced.
belt us
Twelve
into
was the man.
submission.
They had
We'll
promised
go
that
all
we'll give it
day
a try
with
this
that.
year. That's what Tim Sheen's
I said
done
like
with
the
him.
forward battle,
Took over the
we're
top
holding
job.
our own without Steph and
Alex, just keep yourself
Clem on the field.
there and about the ball.
that
Skipper's
was-
kick, he doesn't find 12. It was almost
Wrong
right
option.
on cue.
And you can tell why he was doing
A
it, right?
grubber kick for
Why?
It
Alex
was
12.
12 that was chasing.
They're showing their cards early.
Silly.
Well,
That's silly.
But it wasn't the play to put on at that occasion.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. They went
Like
hit
Dad
up
said,
for
forget
three
12's
goals.
try.
They didn't
If it
win
happens, it
the
happens.
football.
Don't
They
run.
And
Don't
then
run
they went to their
your
midfield trying to
plays
kick
around Alex
on
12.
that play there,
Just score a
trying to
try.
kick through him.
Planted the ball on the ground. Good.
Raiders, you weren't prolific. Try scoring.
Because he said he planted the ball and he was going forward.
Good.
Safe after
There needs to be more. There needs to be more of that.
Here's the Simbin as we see. Once again, trying to cover up that ball. Does come in contact with his head.
But you're right about his intention. He's looking to block the pass. That's why it's an unusual sort of run at the attacker.
Yeah, interesting. Is that a Simbin? You know, but you can't have contact with the head.
It's probably not a sin bin.
No.
I think in that.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
I see that they used to put another
Go.
player on. As we see that.
Because something like a sin bin, it should be used as a deterrent, right? Not a punishment.
Oh, error.
Well, ball came loose there from Junior
That'll do. Penalty.
for
You take two.
No. Keep the pressure on. Keep
Especially
them,
in a trial, right?
but keep them defending as well.
Come at me.
'Cause
Make my day puck.
In the heat.
But they decide not to challenge.
So in that situation, that accidental head high, it should be used as a deterrent. So if it was intentional, sin bin, deter him from intentionally doing it again. If it's an accident,
yeah, but
accident,
It's hard
and
to determine intent, like, that's the thing.
Oh, it definitely is, but I think that's where you use discretion, and you won't get it right all the time.
I was about to say, when do the refs ever use good discretion?
But you can tell in that one clearly that was entirely accidental, and it wasn't even forced. I'd be happy if that was just a penalty. Very compressed.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're just trying to drag him in, but then also get bigger.
Creativity with a one-man advantage now.
Tommy Talau, man, can run a line. Can run a line. Tommy Talau. Right, sorts his defence out this year, and he can sync up with those around him.
That's the thing, his defence has been good this year. I mean, this game. Again,
Trusts the inside and outside man. Look at that line.
that was a beautiful.
Wow.
But look at the ball.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
And look at the options though. Like he had Laurie out the back.
Do you know what that line reminds me of?
Gareth Ellis. Yeah, back against the grain.
Yeah.
But it was options. He had options. He had 4 options. He had the Harbour Bridge, which he's already thrown. He's thrown. Did he throw a sweep play to Laurie once?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's thrown 2 of the other options, and then he had a short ball to Bloor, which they haven't thrown, and then that face ball to Talau back on the angle. So that's where the doubt comes from, guys. Like if you've got your centre second rower trying to make a decision between 1 of 4 options and a split second to make it, you got execution-wise, you got a 3 and 4 chance, 3/4 chance of scoring a try, really.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make one decision. You just hope that it's
The wrong one.
They make
we
the wrong
make-
one.
And we make the right one.
Yeah.
Really was an outstanding outside back, and
You know what right there was?
in the off-season.
The person that was
He
talking
looks
the most was
some of his
probably-
defence over on that
Yeah,
far edge
nice.
has been
That was good.
outstanding, and you know his attack that's going to be so exciting for the West Tigers in
Just
this year.
do it.
And I think
I
just
love
in the
Sit
group
side
game
background.
preceding the first game,
Just Twahey.
fans realise how
Twahey.
skillful he is. As a schoolboy player, he played in the halves.
Yeah.
Alongside Jake Averillo.
Well, the fact that they make
Westfield Sports
they
High.
get the Pacific names, the Pacific Island names pretty on point these days, and they still say that that's Dewey.
Some ball
I'd say his
playing
name's
ability
Dewey.
as well. A good
Yeah,
skill
I think
set.
that he actually came out earlier this year in the off-season and said, look,
Looks big and strong out at right centre.
Dewey's easier, let's just go for
Fit,
Dewey.
he plays there all year for mine.
Yeah, and then there's great resilience from the young man. You know, he's had some bad injuries. He got a taste of first
yeah, good
grade.
kick.
He had
Well
to
done.
back for a whole year. He's stuck with it. I think he was off contract during that period. He's just backed himself.
This is what we want to see out of
when he
trial,
gets his
right?
opportunity
Not
this
necessarily a
year.
win. We haven't played particularly well, but we just want to see
How good is it to
something.
see
We
Tommy
want to see a couple of
See,
connections
that's the
happening.
thing.
We want to see a bit of potential.
But I love the fact that you just said we haven't played particularly well. But you compare this game to a lot of our games last year, and we've blown ourselves apart.
Yeah.
And then sin binned, as we know, for this high shot on Adam Dewey. We know that Xavier Savage is obviously out for the first 6 weeks of the season. Said Chris is getting his opportunity at fullback
Great for
today,
the
but if that
suspension for that.
experiment doesn't work, the Raiders really need Rapinoe for round 1.
The replay's not doing
Said
him any
Chris is
favours
centre.
at the point of contact. Anyway, that's one for half time for Cooper and Brandy to analyse in our halftime show.
How many times did you just say release then?
Still making a few notes. The Tigers in front by 6. And they have another 5 minutes with that one-man advantage either side of
James
half-time.
only knows
The
one way,
Tigers,
doesn't he?
big run
You know what
there.
I'm seeing right now?
He's had a couple of really good
We're having
touches,
a lot more go
James.
forward with Smith at hooker.
Yet another one that they speak highly
What
of.
could
It's
also be
almost like
playing
they've
factor is
got
it's
Fatigue.
this-
Yeah, 12
this
men.
crew
Yeah.
they haven't seen.
no, even before
But they
Rapinoe
know
left,
that
I'm noticing.
there's rough diamonds there. The Tigers. Seyfarth with it, just dropping
I would not
the
at all be
tries.
surprised to see Smith take the 14 off Simpkins at some point during the season.
Possession here. Abelihi with it at the
Cannonball.
finish.
Can't do that.
Levi third man around the legs.
Touch
Last
and go,
tackle
I think.
Tigers. Canberra desperate for the ball right now. Wakeham
Right,
with the
contest.
ball.
Who's there?
Dewey's
Dewey.
looking to charge. Back. Is it good?
Get it down.
And it will be a
No,
knock.
he's held up.
Fogarty got there. trying to
Jesus. I thought that was a short thing.
And he is going to send it to the bunker.
I wonder if it came partly off their hand. though.
Well, it was as close as anyone.
Can you confirm that, please? Yeah, and I think Dave Laurie knows he
Keep
did
the back
get
ones
down
in
as
there,
well.
He
Adam Dewey again. This is the evolution of Adam Dewey about being a leader of this
offside?
football team. He's played all on that
He's
right hand
offside.
side. On this occasion,
touch
comes
Chris.
back over to the left, knows what type of kick's coming through, and then gets through on the kick chase.
Backed by Adam Dewey. And
So-
clean possession is taken.
Laurie tried to get into the in goal and put the ball down. He should have just dived to the line. You watch him.
Thought he was certain to
Dive to
score
the,
here.
like he stays up high.
He
Dive
goes
to the
down
line.
low.
Yeah, he's held up.
But, well done, Fogarty.
The ball
He's
fails to get
even
to
Laurie's
the
even
ground.
shaking his head.
We have a decision.
Well done,
But-
Raiders.
That's
Down a
we went
man.
100 meters in
And
a set.
try-saving play. 2 minutes
Can you remember the
from
time we've
half-time.
done that?
Ricky will like
No.
that.
And again, with only one of our starting pack round one,
Was the last
on the
tackle.
field,
Is
right.
they changed over on the 10-metre line.
including Appy.
Imagine this, like
He's had a lot of
our
quality touches.
forwards
That
leading,
Laurie, he's
like
been in and
you
around
know,
football, held the ball a lot of times, and
set the
on that
platform.
occasion just couldn't get the ball down.
and then Abby coming
That's
through.
what you want to see from your fullback. Heaps of touches,
Look
heaps
at
of
the line
involvement,
speed.
and be really smart defensively, get the numbers right, especially on their trial line, which he did early.
Usually he's yet to unlock his try scoring ability in first grade. Hasn't got a whole lot. Only got a couple of 2 tries last year, Dane Laurie.
Well, I think if they keep their halves together, and Brooks and Dewey, that'll unlock him as well. And obviously, Coruscant in
Big
the
set
side,
defensively.
consistent at 9.
Yeah,
Got him down to 12 and
But this
minute
is
20.
generally when we let it go. So this is a good show of our mentality at the
Play
moment.
as slow as they possibly can. The ball over
And
the
dominate,
sideline.
dominate
A few
contact from
seconds
here.
on the clock.
He's calling held really quick in these held up tackles,
Their own half.
like not allowing us the opportunity to put people to the ground.
Worked
Ball.
hard in the first half without actually being in any sort of dynamic form. Hudson Young
Wrap the
is
ball
very.
up.
Oh, Hudson Young's like,
Gone.
there. You are rolling the dice.
All right, back to scrum. We've got 50 seconds.
He's offside, mate. The next bloke's offside.
You've got both ways.
Really, the challenge
Take the
is
scrum.
decisions.
Yeah, I love Wakens getting in there, telling them to pack it.
Rossi, it's not even rolling the dice. It is just too risky. Just get down. The Canberra Raiders haven't had a lot of possession. Just get down and play the football and give your side an opportunity
And I-
to get up.
I'd
forward and
easily
put an
say that,
attacking
you
kick.
know,
pushing a pass like that is just not on.
majority of this is our second string side. Would you say that?
Halfway.
Maybe just pack wise.
Tigers.
At the moment,
Yeah.
on the field. Yeah.
Dewey kicking. Well, they've thought about
What,
this
for Nofaluma, the slowest winger in the competition?
Nofaluma's on the ground. It goes touch and go.
It's worth a shot, I guess, but he's
Playing for
slow.
the moment, the Tigers.
See him lumbering down the field.
He's so slow for a winger.
He's slow as buggery.
That's very tight.
He's got to do some sprint work. This will be good to watch him in full flight.
Look at Harley Smith Shields.
He's got to get there first.
He's just not good.
Insane that.
He probably just maybe.
The bloke could run absolute rings around us. But
Oh, you mate.
I think you could say
ah,
from the first 40 minutes, Tigers
I'm pretty happy with that first half.
Yeah,
Yes,
half.
we're up by 6, but I think attitude.
attitude.
the thing that pleases me the most is how desperate we were in defence. That's the thing that pleases me the most.
Yeah, undoubtedly a good showing. Still sloppy though. Like a lot of to be expected. A lot of rustiness and that sort of stuff as well. So it's not like we came out and played out of our skin, I don't think,
No, I don't think so either.
which is really encouraging. And the scoreboard is nice, but I don't particularly care about the scoreboard. It's attitude for me.
Yeah, 100%.
So something like kick chase, line speed, the manner in which they're running.
If you had to, who was the outstanding, like who were the most outstanding? Who stood out the most? So I've got my name shown off the bat.
I don't think anybody stood head and shoulders above others, but I was really impressed with a few performances. Clemmer was definitely one of them.
Yes, who I've got.
Yeah,
But I-
27 minutes.
I still think head and shoulders he was the best. He led from the front, and his attitude you could tell was infectious.
I'm keen to see Clemmer's stats. So his half-time stats, in terms of meters run, carries and stuff.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I didn't see him put on too many like shots. I don't know how many tackles he had, but
I just mean like running meters and that sort of stuff.
yeah,
in terms
just
of
in
workload.
offense. Yeah.
So I think he had. I remember seeing him go on the bench. It was about 27 minutes for his first stint, which is pretty decent in that heat.
I'd easily think he would have hit at least 80 meters.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Junior Tupou was really good.
Yeah,
I think he outshone Noffa in terms of what he's done.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, like how they're going to utilise Staines in the second half. If they're just going to do a direct swap with Laurie.
Laurie. Do you reckon they might push Laurie into half and give Staines a go at the back?
Yeah, maybe until he gets a rest.
Yeah, maybe Tui get a rest or even Wakeham get a rest. Because I know that Laurie has been playing some halfback in the off season.
I thought it was 5'8".
He's playing a bit of halfback.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was 5'8", but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do in the second half.
I've liked Naden and Talau.
You love Talau. Talau's like whatever he did last last game has been completely wiped from what he's done this game. Easy. So I think that just came down to the fact it was his first game in 18 months.
And like we said in the pod last week, like the players inside and outside of him.
Yeah, like Scolari. Like, unfortunately for me, like I said on the pod that that bloke will never see first grade. Yeah, unless some bar a miracle. I think he's very far off being a first grade player. But in saying that, we are not against putting people that should not be first grade in first grade. So
Yeah, I think you're a pretty harsh judge on one trial game. But the point being that
this coming from you, the chairman of I Can't Stand Seyfarth Club.
Yeah, because I've got a body of data that says he sucks. A large body of data growing all the time.
Yeah,
He stinks.
he does.
I like the way that towards the end of the first half, when they decided to muscle up and put a few whacks on, that we didn't take a backward step at all.
Well,
How was that run from Asitasi
James?
James?
Yeah,
Fucking awesome.
Didn't want to stop.
Sorry, Sweeja.
Is he? He's not getting a start, but I think he's definitely getting a shot midway through the year at some point.
Yeah, he'll play first grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Injuries dependent, fingers crossed.
So where did he come from?
I think he was in the Bulldog system originally. He played for us last year in Cup.
Yeah,
but he didn't
come through the system.
Not ours. He wasn't I don't think he was a Tigers junior.
Yeah.
He might have been Parramatta or Bulldog, one of the two, I think. But yeah, he looked pretty good.
I think Naden again has solidified himself that he is an out-and-out centre. You need to keep him at centre. I think Laurie's been really good at fullback. I think his positioning play has been awesome.
Yeah.
Again, it's another thing that we harp on with him, and he's getting better, but his support play needs to be better than it is. It's better than it was, but it still has a bit to go. I think Wakeham, again, night and day from his performance last week. I think Wakeham's been solid.
Yeah, I think I've had a few players in there that have done their job today.
Yeah.
Like they haven't done nothing flashy. There's been nothing particularly remarkable about what they've done, but they've just done their job in the
that's
background.
what Wakeham's done.
Wakeham's done it. I reckon Laurie's done that. I didn't see much of Pole, but I think in that position he was okay.
Pole wasn't much in attack. I don't think they gave him much an effort.
I didn't see much ball early.
Yeah,
when
but
they had a bit more
he
possession.
definitely tightened up that middle.
Yeah, and same with Papali'i, like on that edge.
And same with Steph. I didn't see much from Steph,
Yeah.
but we
Didn't stand out, but they're doing their job.
We dominated them in the forwards.
Oh, Simpkin was fine.
Yeah, but like I said,
I thought he was busy. That's a word I've been using about Simpkin a lot lately.
yeah, it definitely. And we, like you and I, are huge fans of Simpkin. Huge fans. And whether it was fatigue or something, I just thought that Will Smith added a little bit more of an extra.
Well,
when
it was
came.
on that particular set.
It was a couple of sets.
Yeah.
There was a couple of
I think
sets where he was, you know,
time in the game.
When we scored that try through Tupou, you have a look at what Smith did and how he accelerated, drew in two defenders and passed it. But then the next try he did, it was a very, very clean pass to Dewey. Very clean pass. And that's not to say that Simpkin doesn't do that. But it's the ones before that, it's what he's doing before that, how he's getting over the advantage line. He's getting the forwards over the advantage line. So...
Yeah, I think that the way that the hookers, both of them, Simpkin to a greater extent, I think, because he played more minutes in the first half, the way that they're getting involved in more than just shoveling. They're getting out, they're a kick option, they're a backup option. There was a couple of times where they backed up offloads.
So, do you think that is more of a result of Appy coming to the team, or Farah being more involved? You reckon that's Farah more involved?
Farah's doing coaching with
changing jerseys
with their hookers. Anyway, that's our half time. We're going to have a little break, and we'll see you in a minute. Probably click our fingers, and you'll be back.
Doesn't want to pause. I think it's because it's touching that.
Dewey's just there. Yeah, Dewey's just there.
And you go along to the Tigers training in 05, partials flipping them from everywhere. And then, be it on the biggest scale, the biggest game of the year, flick pass produced, and Tim Sheens just was the way.
Yeah, well, Chris Heinington used to practice some goal kicking at training just in case.
Just in case.
But he didn't get an opportunity to do that.
Now with Opawati.
So, Ken's already getting second half underway. We're up and up in the bin.
Crawley's back out there.
Warm crowd, double what it was for kick-off in this one, and building up to what will be a pretty good atmosphere for the second game of the doubleheader that we'll watch here on Fox League, Canterbury and Cronulla later today. And then, just like last night, we have another nightcap for you Sunday night. It is the Dolphins doing battle with the Titans. Tigers early shift, looking to make the most of the one-man advantage. They have Chuck Staines now on. He just went into dummy half of the previous play out on right wing. Final try scorer. Another good pickup for a team that finished bottom of the ladder. Here's Wakeham with a chance to run and then pass off. Last tackle for the Tigers opening set.
The way he
of
stopped
the
then, I was
second
like,
half.
oh.
Dewey
I hope that wasn't his knee, but it wasn't.
kicked it back towards the right wing. It takes a bounce. Contact's got it. Going left, right and centre there for a moment. That's if they can get through this set, it should be full complement by the time the Tigers next have possession. Their own 30 with Timokal on that run. This time with Semi Valamay inside.
Steps
Jordan
back on.
Marpin's sin bidding
So
is
is
set to
Cronulla.
expire any second now, but he won't be coming back on today.
Very
We're sure to
dubious
see
pass
that.
to
He's
Horsburgh.
sped up. James Schiller will be coming on to replace him.
Right, Darcy
Rough one.
McDonald right at the coalface reporting that news. And we saw the shot of
So
James
Staines
Schiller
on the
ready to
wing.
come
Shred him.
Looks like
With
football
that
fight.
touch of magic as we
I'm
got
okay
to
with that.
learn last year.
Or is it,
In
yeah,
the
not
NRL, Staines goes long, and the Tigers with Wakeham.
Go.
Now there's a long-range raid. Canberra defence is spread, but there's Tigers jerseys
Go.
everywhere.
Look at that big second rower striding out. Well done.
That was great.
Didn't Tubbo look funny with his logo there?
Well, we saw in the first set they had coming out of trouble.
Might be a leaper, yeah, and a sprinter.
See, the thing is, I was just sitting there and I shouldn't get excited because they're going to get run down. But this was great by Wakeham.
Yeah,
That was
a nice
great.
early pass too.
Yeah.
Left-hand side with numbers, one man down. The Canberra Raiders.
And look, he's fine from the other wing.
Charlie Staines.
So obviously an attack for the first few, they've given him license to run, which I don't hate.
No, like Travojevic out of the centres in Origin.
Yeah,
Almost playing like a second fullback. That's exciting.
That is
Because that just brings points.
He did everything right there. That is an exciting try for the Tigers, and that try means far more than the 4 points on the board here today. Let me tell you, in the hearts and minds of Tigers fans.
Bloody oath.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, you know, whether the Canberra Raiders are down one, that's still the attitude for me of West Tigers to go out there and play football. They know they've got the advantage. Just don't tuck it under your jumper and run up and have 5 hit-ups. Let's move them around here for a couple of minutes and look at them reap the reward.
Dewey will have the shot here.
He was just having a bit of a chip off the edge of the green there.
He's a putt-putt practice.
Went back to the Lebanese pronunciation at the World Cup, Guehi, but again at his father's insistence, and we've told the story before, those people of Lebanese heritage are upset. His dad is Mr. Dewey, and Adam respects that and goes as Adam Dewey. So
There we go.
it's as
If anyone
much
that didn't hear that, just answered our
as
question.
father
Or not answered our question, but
that we
elaborated on what we were talking about
pronounce
the first half about
Dewey,
Adam
and I know
Dewey's
that
second
upsets
name.
many in the
Last
Lebanese
name.
community. But there's
Well,
your
my
explanation.
my grandmother,
Play on.
as an immigrant from Yugoslavia, they changed their surname. In fact, they changed their first names to something a bit more anglicised.
There you go.
So my grandmother's father was Johan, and he just went by John.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I was all my grandparents and things like that were just Aussies, Burks, and Kennedys. Nothing really needed to be changed. Well, nothing.
The backroom staff, if you will, at the Tigers.
Adapted.
Adapted. Nothing needs to be changed.
Here.
For anyone that's PC in this.
All right.
Early kick.
40-20.
20.
Okay.
Wow. It's out firing.
It's amazing when your team executes on some things.
It's amazing.
This is really good.
Yep. Easy.
Very pinpoint.
Dewey just placed that kick perfectly and got a point.
It was 2 foot inside the line. That's walking the tightrope.
But it's incredible what confidence can do.
Certainly the dominant half here. Utokumanu Setterfield 12 away from
Obviously, Dewey's re-signed for that extra year, but he wants a longer stint and he wants to prove his worth. So you keep playing like that, you go nuts, mate.
Let's see us pay some attention here to ball control.
So Pole's back out there.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's their starting pack again, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it. Except for Law.
Law.
Oh! Law! Wow!
Goodness me.
Wow!
Okay. So half a sniff.
Is Blora smoky for a lock position?
Geez, that was some hands.
Wasn't it? But not only that, the acceleration.
And from Staines?
No, from Law.
I like the fact he kept his hands low and went under. You watch him catch it chest height and he drops his hands and pops it. Drop, pop.
He was a centre originally, wasn't he?
Blue.
Yeah.
throws the final pass, and while he doesn't register as an off-season signing, it almost feels like he is because he's been out for so long.
Wow, very nice.
Their reconstruction's down.
So there's an example to start this half of how when the passes stick, anything can happen, right? And so for a long time we haven't had that happen.
No.
Last week was an example of that. I mean,
But did you hear? I read something that, and whether this is because, this is, what just happened then as a result of it, but apparently Sheens was getting him to throw 1,000 passes each before every training session.
yeah,
Just get the ball in your hands.
yeah, and that takes time to stick and work. And for every 10-minute period where they do stick, you're gonna continue to have times when it looks ugly.
Yeah.
And it probably, it probably will in the rest of this game as well. Have moments where they throw silly passes and. But
They
I
had in
guess,
the first half.
yeah, I guess you got to take the good with the bad.
That's right.
It's nice and exciting. Excuse me. It's nice and exciting when it comes off. And that's what harkens back to 05 and the teams of 2010, 2011, is that they were exciting. And missed it. And you look back with rose-coloured glasses at those teams, and you forget the times it didn't stick because you remember and you watch the highlights of the times it did. Right?
It's the same thing that women have with childbirth. They forget the pain, and they just want another.
Because of the good stuff.
Because of the good stuff.
It's that simple.
Yeah. But how is not only that? It was a block play, but you look at the angle again that Talau ran for that block play. He didn't just run at a player; he ran at a hole, which created that.
So we were talking earlier about 4 options that Dewey.
Hey, that's his actual name apparently.
Well,
So I think either or.
So that Dewey has back. Surely you challenge that, don't you? How's that not backwards?
The fact that they're not challenging it.
It's a really weird thing to not challenge.
I was looking at his trial.
So
Like you said, take the good and the bad.
yeah,
But I would have liked to have completed off of it. It is standard. You must complete after you score points.
so yeah. Earlier when Talau scored, so they missed him. But just then when Talau ran the outside in line, they jammed in on him, and Dewey took the right option, which was the sweep man. So this is what happens when you've got options on those backline plays and you're not playing the same second man play every time, and you change the options that you take. That's what creates doubt. Next time they're not going to know what to pick on the next sweep because we've run both successfully for tries. So it just continues to put doubt in the edge defence. Speaking of edge defence, we've got to muscle up here. Tackle 4.
So Tigers have them well in hand there through 4 tackles. So a few times so far so good. Frawley holding
Got
on
to stick.
the spin.
You got to stick on those.
Tigers able to present a further offload, and last tackle it is for the Raiders. They will
It's
attack
pressure.
the short side.
No kick pressure.
Frawley.
Oh, well done.
Tigers have covered up
What?
Yeah, he's on the line. He's the line.
It is grounded on the line. That is a line dropout.
Well, it's still mission accomplished. Yeah, this is a good thing for me. You know, in a trial, obviously the result doesn't really matter. To defend your trial line, West get another opportunity here now to turn the
I think also, like for Laurie,
That's what he should have done with the try earlier. He got the two mixed up.
with Laurie, he's off contract as well, so he's playing for a contract.
He is, yeah. Well, he and Staines both. And Brooks at this stage. So short option, I like it.
Try to get back.
Dewey with a kick.
Oh,
That's nicely.
Lift him up, right?
that was just Tupou missing it again.
See if it oval and quick.
Kick was bang on. Come on, boys. Defence here.
He's looking to see his team resolve that have, having conceded 20 straight points here. We've got an injury there for Emre Gula.
Remember when Lawrence dislocated his hip?
I remember exactly where I was when Lawrence dislocated his hip.
Was he playing against Canberra?
I think he was playing
And
against
then he made his
Canberra.
comeback against Canberra.
Fractured jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will be out for 6 weeks. You would
Yeah, I
think.
was
Ball was
living down
slow.
in Victoria.
Hobbles on.
Yeah, I was up
Trainers
Over
got
at a
out
mate's
there.
house who supported Canberra. I remember
And,
how
the
flat
Raiders,
I
they're
felt.
coming back his way.
Trying to explain to them at the time that he was my favourite player.
Nothing too expensive from the Raiders. They've had
Can't
major
boys, get up.
change in the halves for this second 40 minutes.
Shut
Daniel
it down.
Schneider,
Who's that?
he's a player who needs to step up here.
Oh, darn.
Okay, pressure, kick pressure.
Starling and a stab, trap and scrap. Oh boy, Raiders got it back. Tackle down from
It was a white boot, and I thought it was the
A
ball.
quick play the ball, it might lead to points. The Tigers just there.
Six again.
Wrestle
Yeah.
there on the goal line.
Square in the line.
Terrible ball.
Oh.
Nice skills from Horsburgh to trap him.
Oh, he didn't knock it on.
So he gave him,
Still attacking
Cummins.
the Tigers line. Now they've had
let the Raiders back into it,
tackles
ref.
inside the Tigers 20 without producing a drop. But Hoppy out of the right
Yeah,
side.
attention Ben. Yeah, Canberra shouldn't be behind in this game, so give them several 6 against. Yep, right now.
That run.
Doesn't matter if they deserve them. Yep, okay.
So you're seeing the Raiders at their creative best here. That ball
It's not on.
the arm was
Oh!
for that. More defence for the Tigers.
Poor defence from the Tigers. Oh, dude.
Poor
Poor defence. He wasn't offside. He tried to throw it.
I think he said
A flat ball.
came around the marker. I came around the ball.
Horsburgh on another run. You can make that 32 now.
You haven't got that possession count.
Slowish play the ball. This time looking to go a little wider, but the Tigers outside in. They're communicating well. Close to the
And
line. Ball
Try.
commentator curse.
Another hit and spin. It was Trey Mooney.
Gilly, it's the
ended
second
up
time
in
you've been
goal,
out of
but
position
without the ball.
Move up. Come on, boy, shut him down.
Gula has recovered.
You
That's
gotta
a
wrap
good
that up.
side. Offload there.
Don't let him run.
All the way across field. Puts in a
Oh, well
kick.
done, Staines.
The Tigers have come up with a ball.
Tupou.
It'll be a long drop
I
out.
thought it was Staines. Well, Staines on the other one.
But I think it is a happier Tigers camp than it is a Raiders at the moment.
Well, I came here today just really interested to see how the Tigers defended. Last week, they had some nice attack, but they leaked some points. Today, they've been rock solid defensively.
Yeah,
On
well
their
done, he
try,
held on.
possibly their fourth set.
He knew it was trying to get ripped out.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Spacing's right, and their contact's been really well.
Very short.
Couldn't be any more impressed with Junior Tupou. He was the man who was fielded that kick there, reacted quickly, diffused the situation, doing the shot drop
Third
out
time
again.
lucky. Not going
He
to get
kicks
this
them
one.
high. The
Oh,
Tigers
get on
miss
it.
bat back.
Well done.
Gee, that was almost up in
Oh, don't- that's not.
The Tigers
And
get
Green.
back and blow with the ball. So
He's
it's a
a big
deliberate
fucking doing
tactic,
stats.
but maybe they have to be careful just how hard they hit it back.
Yeah, well, he's just so good at it. They don't do it. Gets
Canberra's trying to muscle here, so let's see what this forward back
And
does.
it's a
Be
tactic
out.
those Tigers are using, and they've got results from it. And as you
Don't
say,
give it to
good
DeLeo
team,
if those balls
just got to be careful when it goes to a black and gold jersey.
Well, that was the last line of defence.
Surely they're offside here.
You really know it at any decent speed there, to be honest.
Yeah, see, that was.
Tigers have the ball. Canberra denied another set.
It's basically
What
hospital.
is completion rate? So you get 71%.
That's what I'm saying,
Tigers
mate.
in the in the conditions, an impressive 80%.
He needs to get him over the advantage
Last
line.
tackle here, and Dewey driving long from 25
On
metres
the
out
ground.
from his own line.
That's funny.
On the bounce. And now fielded and brought back by Hopper
Albert Hopper. And lose the ball, Canberra.
Ball inside their half. Both coaches now ready to
Surprised that he's
ring
kept
the
Papa E out there
changes.
as long as he has.
Yeah, must be trying to get some match fitness in.
Possible injuries.
Second rowers though.
This their final
Common.
hit out.
And
Not,
he's an
not
80.
uncommon to play 80 minutes.
He is an 80 minute second row as well. But I just wouldn't think he'd risk it.
Hillsborough off Frawley, so it is Snyder and Frawley in playmaker role
Corey
for the
Hillsborough.
Raiders.
He's just Keith Galloway playing.
They put a ball, the inside pass to Hoppelati.
He's just a Keith Galloway playing, isn't he?
Completely different
Why, 'cause he's got red hair?
Red hair, no lateral movement.
No, it's not
Love you,
perfect,
Keithy.
perfect, but that was close. That was a good play.
If you listen to this, you can join the pod whenever you want.
I think you're far better than Corey Horsburgh, to be honest with you.
With the money, but the Canberra Raiders, they had some sets on West Tigers try line. They were a bit disorganised.
That annoys me because little things like that. So Horsburgh then
And then really struggled
pulled Blore
with this heated
to
moment.
push him offside from marker, and they went back at the same gap that was created by him doing that. As in, he sort of just stepped in front of him at marker so he couldn't be squeezed. And they used that very gap, which comes from,
Now out there.
what's the term they like to use? Gamesmanship. Cheating is what they call it.
17 come round one, based on what we've seen. But it's good to have players.
So the last 20, 25 minutes will probably be a chance to just be a bit of a mix of a few players in the run.
Yeah, Toogies out there.
Simkin, Clemmer.
So I don't think from this point forward we're going to see a whole lot combination-wise. It's not about combination development. I think it's just about getting the players some
Game time.
game time. Yeah.
Tigers
That's a
right
hospital
side,
ball.
jamming in.
He was
Good stuff
offside.
from Schiller. Yeah, it has forced the error.
And there you go. He's made the right choice twice, and that was the wrong choice.
Yeah. Can't be too hard on Dewey.
No, not at all.
Played really well. Made good choices. He should have taken that ball, but he had a look.
Whether it suits him,
Come
I'm
and
not
tell
sure.
you.
From West Tigers, I hope
You can't be hard on Tommy. He's done well.
he's catching and passing all the times, distributing to his other middle forwards or playing out the back to his halves.
Now Dewey has got better as the game has gone on. Had a few errors.
Bit of a throwback for Clemmer playing at Belmore.
Yeah, didn't think of that.
So now he's
How was that?
He's bounced inside.
Pissing you off.
Little bug or something.
Another possession for Canberra. The one try they scored in the match, it must be
I've
said,
seen him
was
lose the ball.
truly
They haven't really
outstanding.
made many handling errors of late, Canberra. Their completion rate's
Just
definitely
remember that jinx only works with Arsenal with that.
It's pretty handy stuff.
They made a handling error just before when they tried to do the inside outside.
But that was way back in the 21st minute, that try.
We're losing the wrestle a little bit,
Into the 57th. So almost a half, if you will.
and as a result, Lions
without
beat is suffering.
scoring.
So again, he's on his front. We haven't been able to get him on his back,
Yeah.
and then retreated. That wasn't as bad because the markers wrapped him up.
And then a loose pass off the deck, kept alive
Step
there
inside.
for Trey Mooney. And a bouncing about the place. Back
Shut
to the
him
centre,
down.
it's really attack off the top of the head, Starling with the ball.
Same thing on their stomach. So
19 from the line.
we are losing the wrestle a little bit.
And Schneider kept it going, the
Back
kick
it
was
up.
put through.
Ground. Staines, well done. That's a second effort. That should be a penalty. And he was
And kicked a few
laying all over him. What's going on here?
I think they just said that was a dominant.
They've done very well with the little kicks.
They have, and they've just moved a lot quicker. Obviously, they haven't done a lot of defensive work, especially in the start of this second half.
move it.
They've been on their try line, but they've moved quickly to get into position, support each other. As Canberra Raiders
know
right,
how to
they
run
sleeve
that
up
run.
now and make it really hard for West Tigers to get
Spin
out
it.
of their 10 metre zone.
Don't run into a compressed line. Spin it straight away.
Player who cannot offload. Certainly not this position. Popping up passes 20 metres out from your own line, but I like the look of AD. We've got glimpses of him last year in the NRL. Clemmer off. That's probably the last football he'll see for
Shake that
today.
kick.
Dewey's kick. On the full for Schiller.
Raiders are winning the field position. It's off the back of us losing the wrestle, I think. In tackle. Cup, leagues off.
So what's-
So we've got a lot of second stringers. There we go. There's the handling error.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, fair point.
Stones.
You see another error from Canberra. They've been
And again, they're coming over late and they're flopping on it. So they're getting away with a bit of this late work in the ruck, I think.
They couldn't get their middle forwards behind the football. West Tigers good
So
defence.
what you hear, they'll pull the ground late and then lay on him.
Good attack on with Adam Dewey.
Really slow.
Almost lost there. Little juggle.
Right, this trip.
Justin Matamua.
Oh.
He's played a total of 42 minutes in the NRL last year in 2 appearances. Ball on the inside for safe half. Ugly low tackle by Gula. But in the zone, the Tigers. Dewey putting his stamp all over it. Now Laurie.
Yeah, well held. Well held.
You can see there straight away that the formation, backline formation is
Get very big.
not really there because I think we've got so many replacements on.
For Dewey. That shows his right here. Running 5'8". Frawley's down for the
See who the sport player was?
He's okay.
He really wants one, doesn't he?
Tigers right on the line. Last tackle. Ben Smith.
That's play on. That's 6 again.
Twirlers with the ball.
6 again. Hold it, Justin. Hold it. Justin Manuel loves an offload. He's a strong young man. 19 at the moment. 20 in May, I think.
Nothing to do with this game.
Settle it down.
Tigers back for Dewey.
It's the first tackle, guys. First tackle. Don't you kick. First tackle. Come on, I don't care if it's a trial or not. That's just friggin' dumb.
Pretty ordinary set from West Tigers.
Yeah, it was a first tackle. That is real dumb. I don't care if you practice it at training or not. Silly, like really, really silly. We haven't had any position this whole half. That really annoys me. That's one of the few things that's really annoyed me about this game. Is that decision just then. Really poor from Stones.
So, Laurie's here at halfback.
I could see him looking at that option
Yeah, so
too.
could I.
There he is. That was the first for Rowan, but he's now a Tiger. Last tackle play.
Because I thought they played really well
This is
with-
a tester for him.
with the player going against us.
We got into a field position.
Nixon Penrith is a grand final try scorer and the winner. And again, for the team at the bottom of the ladder to pick up a player such as that. Comes to the club with a grand final as his last appearance. Same for Papali'i, same for Coruscant. I don't think I can recall that ever happening.
And you said in the first half, Bossy, about the young kids that we have in the club that had a bit of a taste of first grade under, some tough times last year, but they're going to be better for it again.
Almost back to halfway.
Oh, Lebanon connection. Look at him go. Go 12. Striding out. So I was disappointed we didn't see a goosey. Floater. Chase. Drop it.
Way to put the mockers. He's not having a great game now, the Hopewadi.
Oh, Albert.
Albert?
Hopple up there.
He's put some sort of jump at it.
Yeah, he definitely didn't need to leave the ground. Just needed
Tell you
to catch
something,
that stand,
Will
get
played
in the
ball
ground,
last night in the-
get underneath the ball, get that pass,
World
get his
Cup
arm up
Challenge.
above his
Who's that?
eyes.
Will Hopewadi
He
played well
catches
in
that
World Cup
football, but he
Challenge.
just jumps at the last minute.
You know who is good, and the first time I've actually watched him is Wellsby.
That's their full. That's that's fullback. Yeah, he was good actually.
There's been a lot of talk about him.
Yeah, Roby's like 37.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's dropping.
There he is.
Over that last 20 minutes, just how much work has gone into that over the summer?
You know a lot. I think there's a lot to be said about Tim Sheens and the way he coached back in the day, and he's definitely brought that back to the club, passing the ball and just learning some new skills. So.
There's a few big names joining you up front this season. Who's really impressed you over the summer?
They all have, to be honest. Obviously, Uppy Coruscant's probably our best side.
Doesn't look like up there, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Like I said, even the scoreboard's got
I think today, big steps.
Big
And then you got the
Figs.
food van on the right.
It's good to see.
And can we expect you back after that calf injury?
Yeah, I couldn't play today, but coach just wanted to back before I race.
Thanks for your time.
I could have played today, but the coach wanted to park the Ferrari.
He was their player of the year last year.
Yeah, very good play. And go forward. His combination with Abby Coruscant is going to be really important around that ruck area. And as we said,
They're making Steph the captain.
Whether that continues.
So you'd like to think that he's going to start.
Experienced coach like Tim
And then
Oh, Dano's off.
assess the skill set of all these players and designed his attacking systems around that.
So this is close to a full strength Canberra team.
Yeah. And we don't have what, half our spine.
Combination of the West Magpies and the Balmain Tigers. Ned and Golden.
Almost was Phillips jersey.
So Dewey dropping that ball off
Balmain.
for Kapaa.
I don't think West have had a
9
Phillips
minutes
jersey.
away from the line. How ruthless can they be? The
They were,
Tigers with 18 minutes to
big
go.
time.
Smith has done. He's laid a claim for.
Don't want to alienate half of our fan base.
Nah,
Wearing a Balmain jersey. Both Balmain boys originally,
Fly from
folks.
the line. And to the right with Matamua. This is where you might see an offload that could break open the defence. Smith and Simkin.
Starling was so far offside. And
defence with Starling. Dewey scoring an absolutely running the show. Gets the kick.
Oh, I think Nofaluma was offside.
Looked like one of the Australian batsmen in the first test. Well, James Schiller missed that one.
I think he was offside. I actually reckon he overran the kick.
Try scoring specialist.
And I think that's why he's not
Gets a
celebrating.
little gift there.
We'll see.
As we watch the replay, it's Adam Dewey
'Cause he
gets the football,
fumbles
he's
it.
thinking about running a similar
Yeah.
shape that they
I
ran
don't
for a
know.
try.
I might be wrong.
And he says to his Newfoundland.
If not, this is a flogging.
And then Dewey just gets
And how
it.
often does Canberra do it to us?
Too often. Well, they're not showing the side on shot, so.
Tough to pick up at speed.
Yeah,
The
we try to
experienced
keep
winger,
that.
he knew what he was doing. He knew he had an opportunity in space. Just get the football there and I'm a chance to score. Exactly what he did.
Bowled
And for
him.
David, as the tries
Straight through the
back
gate.
of the 4 tries he
Well, we
scored.
copped a fair bit of
Tough enough
flack
game for Melbourne.
from
He
last
was
week's
this
loss.
NRL season and
I would argue that this trial means a lot more than last week's trial.
Absolutely.
So a Canberra copping flack.
For the Tigers.
I bet you my brother's a little bit happy
Scoreline is
because
impressive for the
who's the
Tigers, and
assistant coach at Canberra?
got there is impressive
Madge.
for the Tigers. They don't look like a side that's going to win back-to-back wooden spoons just based on what we're seeing.
Todd, who will be an occasional phone-in guest with the show, no doubt, moving forward. Fan of Madge as a person.
Yes, he is.
Couldn't stand him as a coach.
No.
And has been harping on that train probably for 6 months into his tenure. So about 3 years ago. So much so that on our private chat, he was nicknamed
Madge's #1 fan.
Madge's #1 fan, obviously, ironically.
It's going to be a big day.
So,
You'll see it on Fox League.
yeah, I dare say that
Come back.
well kick, Adam.
Kick.
I dare say that seeing this
Looks like he's gone off for a
please
break.
no end. Yeah, so he should.
Yeah, bloody hell, he's had a good game. What, 3 try assists?
Adam Dewey re-signed.
Yeah.
Re-signed this week, so yeah, try assist that he's getting.
No, but he's 3. I think he's had 3 this game.
Did he throw the ball to Talau?
Threw the ball to Talau.
Blore would get the other one, even though he was the
Yeah.
orchestrator of that.
So 2 try assists.
What were the other tries?
Nathan with the flick.
Yeah.
Canterbury and Cronulla is next up. You're seeing one of the new skippers, Reid Marnie, addressing the troops in the dressing room
Hey.
here.
Move around.
Brown. He was good for us.
Yeah. I see him and Will Smith as being very similar in terms of what they'll bring.
26-4 if you're a Tigers fan.
How long did he sign for the Bulldogs for?
You're feeling good about things.
I think it's just a 12-month, might even be a training trial, to be honest. So,
Based on this result here.
100% sure. It's good work there, Jake.
What's Jake on? Oh, so Will Smith would have gone to 5'8".
Yeah, Wakeham may be back on.
Yeah. Oh, Wakeham came on tomorrow.
Okay.
So who have we not seen?
No, Kent on the West Tigers try line, but they just kept turning them away.
So we're well and truly playing a backup spine now.
100%.
For Canterbury, it was a bit of a surprise to see Manu Brown. Have you a bit to say? Played, of course, had some good moments at the Tigers.
Well,
now
yeah,
back
not
at
much
Canterbury.
to
You'll see him
back
later
on
today
those,
in our coverage. We've completed 30 of 36 sets, the Tigers in the heat. We can now look at 31 of 37. That is good.
Robert.
Charging at the ball. Lee Ball, they've got some catching work
I was
to do.
about
The
to say.
Raiders, they're chopping and changing their fullbacks. But
So,
that didn't work out
to
for
this
Elijah
point,
Anderson,
Canberra have
who's
scored that one
scored
try
a
off that
and a
fluke.
Maruya.
Yeah, it was good football,
It was.
but it was low percentage.
It wasn't the
Yeah.
best kick,
So-
but what they did do really well, West Tigers, is get
And they've had big chunks of possession. They would have easily had more tackles in our 20.
Well, yeah, last time I just showed it, it was 31 to
14.
No, it's 19. 31 to
Was
19.
it?
Yeah.
But they were right in the middle of that run of possession, though. So it would have been up around 40 at least, I reckon.
Yeah. So is that? But that's I guess the million-dollar question. Is that more of a reflection of what we were doing, or more of a reflection on what they were doing?
Right on the screen now, you can see completion rate. So 61% for Canberra, 84% for us. I thought their completions had improved, but evidently not that much. So I think it's probably a bit of both. They look very clunky, but undoubtedly, both structurally and again attitude in our defence. You can't. You'd have to be blind Freddy to miss the changes in that. Get on it. Hold it. Oh,
Good pressure in defence from Asamoah. Staines has picked it up. Now he's set on off.
he called him offside.
By the sideline official. David saying, "You're kidding." I'm quick, you know. But he was pulled out of the play, and that meant there was essentially no chase.
Well, he's an experienced player, and he thought he was definitely onside. Touch judge was right there with him and said, "No, boy, you can't chase that kick. You're offside."
Sure,
Is that
that's
what
the
he said,
exact
is it?
words he said. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got good hearing, Shane Flanagan, apparently.
Let him get it and give Canberra the penalty, to be quite honest. Correct. Raiders attack down the right side.
So 2 minutes out there.
Yep.
They didn't get
Turn the
touch the
seat-
ball in an offside
seat fast.
position that Raiders fans would have been saying. Centrefield they come.
I think that's everyone we've seen now.
Some quick hands along, but Tigers have lined
Or
up
somebody's
well.
copped a shot.
12 minutes
Just on another jaw. We've seen a few broken jaws in the trials this year.
Yeah, once Savage got one, didn't he?
Dolphins and Tigers.
Yes, that'll do. So they're pushing the pass.
Yeah. That's usually what we do.
Let's go Stain, shred him.
Who couldn't catch the pass.
Yeah, so Reece Walsh, fractured eye socket cheek.
Yeah.
Sean Lane, Xavier Savage.
Sean Lane breaks his jaw.
Yeah.
Last
Last week.
Just run hard, get forward.
Really unfortunate for those guys.
Create some quick play the ball so your ball players can actually.
I don't like seeing that. Like, I don't like seeing first graders get injured in the pre-season. Obviously, you know, you want the best players playing, whether they're for opposition team or not. Too deep.
Deep here.
Yeah, too deep, mate.
He's still very young.
Having a snooze, I think. Didn't think it was coming his way.
Rugby league colleges
Be
in
ready,
Australia,
mate.
Holy Cross College.
Short side play.
Is Turmouth a Holy Cross boy?
Coach there, Tim White.
Holy Cross ride.
Going way back.
Same as Chris
Rugby
Lawrence.
league at the
Yeah.
time, Tim White.
Oh, man, went to Holy Cross.
Hey, there you go.
Young men at that school and bringing them on with their rugby league talent is sprinkled across the NRL.
The structures have well and truly broken down, I think it's fair to say.
Oh, I think it's pretty. Yeah, I think it's to be expected as well.
Oh,
Which is a little high.
that was lucky, is what that was. Because
Tigers get a penalty.
it was the last tackle and Waken tried to run the ball.
I think he tried to get the gap to put the kick in.
Yeah, Brandon Wakem, there's some really good kick pressure from Starling.
Oh, that's a
But he had the awareness just to come off his
soft.
right foot.
Look,
and he
far
goes
worse
back
than what it was.
inside and just cops a bit of a high tackle on the last play.
It is, it does make
British
contact.
still
But if he had kept running too, it would have been
You
structured.
worked really hard in your
Ran
off
through the hole that
season,
James ran through.
in shapes and want to come out there today and see some opportunities to play some football against good opposition, and they've just turned the football over to us.
Oh, shh.
Harold James is making a bit of a bullet on his back, Asatasi James. There's that footwork from Polo, hold the ball though. It's going to start paying dividends, I reckon.
The footwork.
Yeah.
Oh,
We haven't really seen it.
When he's got Appy following him.
So no Adam Dewey for the rest of the match. His day is done. He'll watch from the bench and see how they operate without their main man.
There's that
Ball fed
footwork.
along.
But off Matamura as well. See, that was when the pass is definitely on. That's just the one thing he's got to learn in his game.
And the Canberra defence being
He's got a
put
knack
to
of
the
beating
test
that first
again.
man.
5 tries
It's a
to
Simpkin
1
kick, I'd
on the
say.
board here. Last play, Tigers. Simpkins catch. Tigers try again.
Fucking Nostradamus.
Just
Seriously.
Matamua, who has a bit of Willie Mason old afro about him. Plenty of hair there. But Matamua has the try for the Tigers. Maybe more Matt Peterson than Willie Mason, but it's
Yeah, such a bomb. That Peterson, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
That's bloody good. And is it Harawira Naira?
Trying
Yeah,
to ball,
and he ends up taking his leg, tackles his leg. Good player, Harawira Naira, but another one of those players that plays right on the edge of breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Shane Flanagan. Flano, that's it, mate. You send me a cut, like
Yeah.
you're slowing the uptake, my friend. Madamu's potential is just sky high, isn't it?
What we need is, I want to be confident of the backs coming through with the potential that we have with our fronts. Or our forwards at least. All of them.
Yeah, there's different waves. There's different waves. We've got a forward wave coming through.
Yeah.
And yeah, halves as well. The halves are another couple of steps back. I think, you know, the likes of what some of the names we're looking at, like Large, Tony Large. You know, you've got, the Conti's down a bit lower. So, yeah, the half situation, and that's why the look of like Brooks to be extended for a few years more, Moses potentially 4 or 5 years, like that's enough time to bring these 16, 17-year-olds up to first grade.
They're all down Harold Matts, aren't they?
Yeah, just coming out last year of Harold Matts, and then I think maybe playing SG ball. I think on a Tony Large, he's playing up in ball this year. So, yeah, I think our halves are actually probably one of our weaker positions coming through.
I don't care if we don't score any more points. I will be extremely pleased if we don't get another try.
Touch wood. I was just about to say, what's about Nofaluma throws a speculator on tackle one? Gee, Staines is quick off the mark.
West Tigers and jerseys there as well. Up that main street up towards the Canterbury Lease Pub. Every restaurant and cafe was full. It was great to see. Based on food, I think they should play here every week. The food you get here, the meals down the main road. You sport the choice. Canterbury getting ready.
I'll be very interested to see what the journos write up about this performance. Are they going to downplay it?
I think they're going to focus more on the fact that Canberra didn't play well.
Canberra didn't play well. Yeah, you could believe that. Despite the fact that we're missing, you know, four probably starters and half of our spine, and they were almost full strength. Yeah.
The only ones they didn't have was Savage.
Savage.
Last tackle play, all the way across to the centre. Kick back in field. There's pressure inside the Raiders. That had to be
Held him up.
on deck to finish, and then the Tigers ruthless.
Oh, wow. Always off the ground.
Well,
the momentum
no.
just kept going. That was Tukey. Tukey had him on the collar, lifted him and dragged. See, that
Toomuth.
is what I want to see.
It's attitude, mate.
Yeah.
This team today, and hopefully as the way forward, has the right attitude.
Yeah,
And
Tukey
that's-
underneath and Will Smith under the armpits.
Yeah. Well done. They've shown the right attitude.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand if you look at myself. I mean, Tim's without a chair.
You could say that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just putting an analogy on the shots we're seeing.
Shred 'em.
The young blokes have got all the seats there in the coach's box. He's loved
Surprised they kept Noffa out there. Or did Noffa come back on?
Rugby league man, Tim Sheens. Canberra fans
No, I
all
don't think
about
he's
that. Tigers on the attack.
Priority pull off, I guess. So Tupou in the centre is looking to go.
Who's had a big afternoon.
Straight, come in.
Toomuth kept it going and the play comes to
You have to be confident in your strength and just stop and stand up that close to the sideline.
Law did it earlier down near our end, just sort of stood there.
Yeah.
here.
There's that footwork.
Now they're all offloading. They're looking for bonus points in that category. They've hit that
Sideline.
for Tigers. Here they come. They've got a third week of the pre-season challenge. They've gone into double figures in offloads. They've hit the 5-try mark. They've got the line break bonus. They're picking up points everywhere and on the scoreboard.
Oh, that's forward.
For Nofaluma.
That was forward. Oh, they didn't call it forward.
No, he was touching.
Live.
I thought the touchy stayed still.
Staines. Tigers with a little bit of razzle dazzle. Why not? They've worked hard to get in this position. James.
Oh, hands. Straight and Waken.
Three. Waken with the ball.
Oh,
West Tigers.
What the fuck?
It is one game, but it's a very good game that they are putting on here.
I'd love to know how many touches and how many passes.
This is
on
still
this try.
like a lot of, at least half this side's a reserve grade squad, but none of our starting spine out there. None. Like even
But
Jake.
this is night and day from last week's performance in terms of attitude.
It's attitude, and everything else has come off the back of that.
But where's that attitude come from?
And the West Tigers have got a good one in this left-hand side wing.
I think they had the right attitude to start last week. I think the execution went really sideways really early, and because they're young, they couldn't get on top of it. They just hung in the game.
Because perfect example.
Me and Wake and Straight really well. They were.
But that's twice now he's done everything that was required of him. He was doing nothing that was required of him last week.
Again, I think because he was
So new to the team.
there was that, but also the fact that he was a first grade experienced halfback in a team full of kids.
So he felt the need to take a look at
Yeah,
himself.
exactly. Try to do too much, and the communication wasn't there. And
He's picked up a lot of injuries today. He only lasted basically the first set.
Junior Tupou, what a game, mate.
I know.
He's been outstanding.
Is he putting
He's
pressure on
big,
that?
He's strong. He's the future for West Tigers. They might have a bit of, some decisions to make early, and he might have some errors, and part of the game mightn't be up to speed. But the more games they play, they're going to have a superstar.
You get a return on your investment.
By the way, we're not bottom of the ladder for the pre-challenge stuff.
He's
What's that?
got one from touch. So he's kicked his last 18 straight.
So we didn't win a spoon on the brick at the
That's a
pre-season
win.
cup, huh?
That's a win.
Beauty.
For Brandon Wakefield.
Looking forward to hearing what the boys have to say on Westlife.
We get a bonus point too.
Oh, we do too. I think we get couple because I think we got more line breaks. We're double figures for offloads, and I think we're close to double figures for line breaks.
Okay. How's that kicking today? We've scored 7 tries.
Yeah, I think we should be 42 to 4.
Yeah, so we're 4 from 7.
Match, getting a chance to gauge all the sides. Cronulla and Canterbury to do battle, and the Stars are back for both teams. And we heard from
Every
Nico
time I
Hines
see
earlier.
Will Kennedy from the back, I always think, because very similar frame, but obviously he's a back to Jeremy Smith when he played for Cronulla.
Getting some
Okay.
Cronulla fans after a
Will
very
Kennedy.
good 2022.
Yeah.
If they go a little better, grand final not beyond them. No, they need to go a little better to make a grand final. What they did
So
last
as you
year,
said,
certainly their
just a
defence
nice
let them down in the final
clean sheet
series.
finish here would be good, eh?
Yeah.
And both of those teams, the Bulldogs and the Sharks, have getting the
Offload's
opportunity
always far
to equal Manly in first position
That offload
for
was
the pre-season
so
competition.
far.
If they get
It was
15
actually
points,
decent.
they're up there with them.
I was sitting there thinking to myself, just as he had the ball too, I was like, well, he's had 2 of your 3. Where's the third one coming?
Last week could potentially have meant the 48-12 loss.
Oh,
Of course, today
Inside.
against the Canberra side that at least started the game with all their stars, they've won.
No
and
joke.
they're running away, the Tigers, 36 to 4 now. Stars has had a strong hand in the second half. Certainly a lot of touches. Interesting goose step
Goosey.
there by Bolle.
Polo with the goosey.
Oh,
And he's
ball.
offloaded.
Now move it, spin it.
The offloads are racking up for the Tigers. Another one on
back.
the fingertips. Then the ball
That was
is got
touch.
back by Canberra. Ben Cummins has had enough of that.
No chance. Just challenge it. Challenge it. Challenge it.
That wasn't.
You only get one bonus point. We've passed
Challenge
the
it.
10. You don't get another one for hitting 20 or 25.
Yeah, it came off Frawley's arm. So
100%.
Bolle of a couple of games last year, tough conditions. He came on the front row.
what would he even call that knock on? I don't understand. In no point did it even look like a
That
knock on.
experience that he gained last year, we just saw him then. He's powerful. He's got good footwork and post throws from the other side of the line.
Frawley then dives on him, and the ball pops out backwards.
Chicky Simpkins is the player.
Challenge is successful.
I
The
guess
challenge is successful. The Tigers.
maybe the ref's view was blocked. He just saw it. Might have lost it into
Well,
him.
you still play the pools on
So
Saturday night, is that
we're
sort of-
clearly
they
on a
go
lot of
to
these
the
live streams not going to be too
I'm
critical
sure
of
that
refs.
Tim Sheens.
Not if we're winning 36-4. We've definitely put the cue in the rack when it comes to that to some degree, I think.
I think so.
I think we've been pretty.
I think so.
I think listeners and viewers might agree we've been pretty.
It's hard to produce, but West
Demure.
Tigers today have shown that quality. They've been
Don't know what that
very
word
good
means.
defensively.
Sure, rhymes with
Their
demure.
attack has been controlled. They've scored some
So,
great
not
tries
shit.
from throwing the passes around, but they just haven't flicked it out the back door.
What are we doing here? Previous play.
Manly now.
Tackle
This is
full.
to NPC. They'll get your hand on 100,000.
There are going to be games, mind you, where all those offloads
Oh,
are errors. Yeah.
You thought about it? Tigers with the ball.
And they're going to be really frustrating games to
They
watch.
need to pick every possible bonus
As
point
long
up.
as they're
And that means
More
scoring
good than
this
bad,
one
but
tries.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll go to Florida Gates. Randy's across all of that in the studio. He's Abacus. Canberra with the ball. 8 minutes away from their own line. Well,
Was that the
give an
last?
assessment of the Tigers.
Yeah, it was.
Quick
They had
pace
them on
forward,
the clock
week
as
2.5 to go
first.
with Canberra.
Yeah,
They would have been the last.
the Canberra forwards, Ricky Stewart.
Good line speed, gents. Well done.
Just before half time, some of his big middles, didn't play a lot of football. He would be pleased that they got through.
was that? Was that
some
Jake?
game time, but the actual performance.
He's had a really good game,
Yeah, he's had a really good second half.
and he's really he's just in everything.
Yeah,
Like-
very good second half. I think, like I said, first half, I think Will Smith overshadowed Simpkin in how, his consistency at a dummy half. But I
Getting
think
players onto the ball.
Inside the final
Yeah,
2
but I
minutes, they
think,
did lead 4-0. They scored the first try of the match. And the ball has gone out of their grasp again. Tigers completing.
Seafarth just had to go to ground.
that was
and we're
3. There's your
15
third. There's your
15
third.
metres in front.
60%. The offload count is 19 to the Tigers. The line break count is 6-1 to the Tigers.
There you go. Made over 5. So,
With Tim Sheens and his coaching staff, we're looking at the missed tackle count. 14 to the Tigers we've got, and 31 to the
that's
Raiders.
not bad.
That's good.
They've,
Now follow Manamura up. She's always got something in
Well,
him.
if you get through a game, Bossy, and only have 14 missed tackles, I can guarantee you win the footy game.
Yeah, I don't know about that, mate.
If you have
That could be 14 tries.
14 missed tackles.
Like, I get that you're trying to be really, Flano, I know that you're trying to be very wise in these very objective statements, mate, but it's
That's a
wrong.
great kick.
And that's
I
a
think
great
that was-
chase
that
and
was-
miss by Seafarth.
I think that was Charlie Staines that made that kick.
Was it?
Yeah.
Got lucky. Who missed the tackle? Seafarth, of course. And
Staines and was that a shot in the head?
36 to 4, and there might be time
Tower.
for a line dropout.
Yeah, you won't get a look at that.
Seafarth,
Tigers
Staines,
fans here, it's been worthwhile.
and Seafarth again. Hey, he missed twice, missed 2. So there's 16 missed tackles. Seafarth just had 2 of them in the last 30 seconds.
Which is confusing for the players out on the field. The final seconds
Play the
of
dropout.
play. Oh, interesting way to stop a line dropout there
Tower, you're boring, mate.
from the Tigers, and that will do us. It'd be
Who's
very
that?
happy, the West Tigers.
There's a lot of stuff in there that we're not familiar
Before
with.
they play the Titans at Leichhardt Oval in round 1. And Campbell with some concerns. Jordan Rapana possibly a charge out of the game as well. And the Raiders who play the Cowboys on Saturday week in round 1. You will see, of course, on our first Super Saturday.
Yeah, pretty chuffed.
Happy with that?
Pretty chuffed.
So, little wrap up quickly because this is going to be a really long pod. Obviously, there's a lot of dead time in between as we're watching, and same as you guys, I guess, listening along if you would on the radio, just with a bit of commentary alongside.
Yeah.
Takeaways. What do you think?
Yeah, attitude's night and day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that again, like we mentioned that a couple of times watching it. It was,
and it played into everything.
it did. Everyone just went off the back of that. Like
Yeah,
a little bit more freedom. Very much was not as one-dimensional as it has been in the past. Again, like you said, like there's going to be games where those passes don't come off, those offloads don't come off, and they're going to be frustrating to watch. But if we can put ourselves in a position that if they don't come off, we can back them up. 14 missed tackles against Canberra. That we let in
16.
Safer. No, probably more than getting close to 17 now because there was a couple in that one.
Yeah.
But let's say 14. I'm happy with that. And the only try they scored was a breakaway down the right hand side, and they had, I reckon they probably had maybe 20% more possession in
In that first half, at least.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they had, and the start of that second half, or about 10 minutes into that second half, we scored 2 quick tries, and then they
Yeah, they had the ball
had a
for
big flow of possession.
and we just kept turning around. Like I think they had 4 sets of 6 on our line in back to back.
Yeah.
And we just kept turning them around.
And it was about 20-4, I reckon, when both teams sort of pulled many of their
Stars
major guys off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, I think as you said, the the attitude was the thing that stood out, and it manifested in determination to get to loose balls, line speed, kick chase, all that sort of stuff. You know, the 1%ers that people talk about.
Yeah, and that's all. Like, when you think about leading from the front, you've mentioned it in the first half, time and time again. How many times did Clemmer go to chase the kicker, and they shanked it?
Yeah. Well, there
And
was
that's-
3 that I can remember,
Yeah.
and that was simply from some kick pressure, and you can undo an entire good set just from a little bit of kick pressure. So,
100%.
you know, and it may not. The kick may still be on the spot, but you make it infinitely harder for them. Like,
Yeah.
So, I like the fact that they were going for short dropouts every time, predictably. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what we're going to do, but we've got a big leaper out there or a couple, and
Try to stop it.
yeah, exactly. Do your best.
Mm.
You know, same thing. It's contesting everything. Like, why wouldn't you? You know, contest all those things. So,
But remember back in the day, like Q Cup, Ipswich Jets were known for that.
mm,
Like, they never had normal kickoffs or anything like that. They always tried to get the ball back, always
Yeah.
contested everything.
everything contested.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, it's a good methodology.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, I'm very pleased. The scoreboard's, like I said, the scoreboard's nice, but it's good to see. It's good to see that attitude, and it was prevalent in everyone that came on the field.
100%. Unfortunately, it was. Oh, excuse me.
Don't start that.
No, right. It was also very he didn't have he did Seyfarth things, but there were times when Seyfarth actually gelled well and didn't push his hand, just did his little things right, and
Yeah.
you know, that was probably one of his better games. I can easily say that.
Yeah, we judge him based upon how little he stuffs up,
That's true. Yeah,
but he still had a hand in it.
he did.
Yeah. So quite good. Look, 36-4. It's good against what is effectively a full strength Canberra side. As we've said ad nauseum, we're missing Appy, missing Brooks,
Missing Bateman, missing Joffa.
Bateman and Joffa, and you couldn't be any more pleased with that, I don't think. And I think we played reasonably well as we warmed into the game, but we certainly didn't start the first half.
All that
Well,
flash? No.
So
We had a couple of poor errors, but we defended well.
mm,
I think that there is going to be some headaches in terms of selections because I think there was a lot of people put their hand up.
yeah,
I think that you're going to have your guarantees. I think that Laurie has won the fullback jersey by far.
oh yeah. But Stain showed me today with decent players around, he's a more than capable backup,
Yeah, 100%. I think he's. I think
possibly pushing wing.
I think he's pushing wing. I think he'll start wing.
But then looking at or even utility though, there was some talk of him being in the 14.
Well, there was talk of Laurie being the 14 and Staines being started when he came.
Mm.
Off his second half, it's going to be hard for me to say that Jakey won't get that utility role.
Yeah.
But
Again, headaches.
like
Junior Tupou
Yeah.
was massive. Asu Kapoa had a great game. Yet Naden and Talau played really well in the centres as well.
and you can't move him, you can't shift him.
No.
I think that Blore had an outstanding comeback.
In his stint, yeah, he played great in the minutes
So
he got.
I think there's a lot of headaches, and they're good headaches to have.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of people pushing for starting roles. Like Matt Moore when he came on, someone must have had a word to him about last week. Like,
Yeah.
don't push your hand, just play your natural game, and
Yeah.
that's what he did.
Yeah. That's the best that he's played in the
Yeah, by
Tigers
far.
jersey. And the
No,
same
I've
thing,
seen.
it's in terms of mistakes, because he has forced his hand a little bit when he's played in the past. And that
But
was
then
a
you've
lot
also
more
got
complete. Like Polly caused headaches in his second
Asatasi
stint.
James.
Asatasi James did a really good job and was a lot tighter in the middle in defence, I found.
Yeah.
Didn't get found wanting.
Toomuth was good in defence, but he didn't get a lot of. I don't think he got
No.
a lot of options in terms of attack.
No.
Tar, he's just going to be a handy backup.
He's just down the pecking order,
Yeah.
which is where I see Tukey, to be honest. A lot of people outplayed him today.
Oh yeah.
And that wasn't his. He didn't play bad. He just didn't get a lot of game time, and
No.
I think there's just a lot of names in front of him.
And that's like I can't remember that happening.
So Bateman, by all rights, should be here next week. Visa's been approved and should be in the country.
Apparently,
playing
but
next
they
week.
want him to play New South Wales Cup game before he plays NRL.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
So I certainly haven't heard that from coaching staff.
Oh, it might just be rumours that I'm hearing.
Yeah, there's a few people have said that, but there's quite a few others that have said he'll start from the bench. So,
Oh, okay. So Blore starts, he's on the bench.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Do they could go a number of ways. Do they look at Seafart?
But like I said, is the hands, the composure, the poise, is Blore your 13?
Yeah, he showed a really good example there today, didn't he?
He
So,
did.
And that's the other thing is the 13 jersey. Are they looking at Joffa as an option? So there's be interesting to see what they trot out with.
It will be.
And is it going to be Ducks and Drakes like he did this week? Is he going to pick that extended squad and then move a few chess pieces closer to the day? Or is he just going to go, rightio, we've decided round one, there's a few tight selections, but we've made a decision, this is the team we're going with? I know, shifty Sheens.
I don't know. I think they it looked like the whole coaching staff was pretty happy with that performance, but as you would be. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think
I'm going to go back and watch the highlights.
Oh shit, yeah.
Maybe the whole game again.
I don't know if I watched the whole game. Watch the highlights. But yeah, it's just going to be an interesting, and pretty certain we came out of that injury free too, didn't we?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Which is good news. So everyone on deck, hopefully, for round one. So at this stage, by the time you guys are watching or listening to it, it'll be probably Tuesday, Wednesday, so regular upload time. You've got a baby on the way.
I do.
So we're going to have to get creative, see how we go for a couple of weeks' time.
We'll have to see what we can do. I might have
Because
a baby in a baby jumper while we're watching. Who knows?
But Tuesday week will be the release of the team list. Because next weekend there's no game, but the following weekend there will be. So Tuesday week will be the team list. So this will be the pod for this week, and then next week.
Does that mean we get Tuesday off?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We get this week off.
No. But it'll be interesting how we do it, but we'll do it nonetheless, and we'll get it back. And
that'll be exciting. First team list of the year.
Yeah,
plenty to go through.
I think this one will just be on YouTube, won't it? I don't think we'll put this on.
This one?
Yeah.
I'd say probably throw it up Spotify as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Well, if you're on Spotify, you're listening to it there now, so.
Yeah, we're just having yarns now. It's fine.
Yeah, that's all it is. So, longer one today, guys. Let us know, comment section or on the Facebook page. Please let us know what you think of this format. It's something a bit different. It's obviously a long format, so it's not always going to be something that is workable or fits into your schedules for listening or watching, but I quite enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, and
yeah, it was good.
Hopefully y'all did too. So
better than looking at a camera and a laptop every time.
And we're a little bit further away, so they're not right up in our grill.
Yeah, true.
Which is
we're actually together.
Which is benefit. It's well, that's not a bit. I'll just move this way a little bit. Yeah. All right. Rightio, folks. So Facebook page, Tiger Town Podcast. Go and follow. As you know the PSA. YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment. Tell us what you think of the episode. Let us know whether or not it was a goer or not. The other podcast, Westlife Podcast.
Talking about a fair bit this time.
Yeah, you mentioned them. Yeah. They do great things, as do the West Tigers Podcast. Big fans of both of those platforms. So get over and give those guys a listen as well. You will not regret it. And
I want to swear, but we can't.
Well, after 36-4 trials, next game is round one, and we're going to be cheering. Go the Tigers.
Go the